right, everyone. Welcome to the Toivoan Trainwreck. A couple things before we do get started today. If you know someone who wants to play a GM game, I'd love to talk to them about either getting on the wait list or into a one-shot. We do have the Patreon over at patreon.com/GMeric, where we're doing all sorts of really cool things. We did an announcement this week that is a Patreon exclusive. So if you're interested in that, go check out the Patreon over at patreon.com/GMeric. That exclusive is that we're going to be doing a charity event next Thursday, not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow, with a whole bunch of other streamers. We're participating in a mega stream where we are going to be raising money for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. And we've got a whole bunch of people that are going to be participating in that. It's the Abominations Abound. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're working with all sorts of people, specifically Lord Gasumba's organizing this. And it's going to run from Thursday afternoon. We're the lead-off people, and it's going to go all the way till Sunday evening. So it's going to be one mega stream. We're raising money for charity. Come join us. It's for a good cause. We also have the YouTube channel, where we've got tons of content for you guys to go binge watch. Go check out all the archives, podcasts, GM tips, session clips, etc. over on the YouTube channel. If you watch it, do hit the thumbs up. It does help us out a ton. Also, we have a clip contest going on where we're going to be giving away a piece of Bubble Laser headshot art. If you're interested in getting a headshot of your character, toss a clip or timestamp in the contest channel in Discord. You'll be automatically entered to win that at the end of the month. Let's get you guys started because it is time to play D&D. And our friend Oshin is out today, and he is fine. Unfortunately, he has an internet issue and will not be joining us tonight. Should be here next week, though. All right. Well, you guys have been adventuring in the lands of Toivoa. Having traveled all over the world, you guys have made your way down here to Merzerin in an effort to try to find a way to stop the evil Pitney Bones, a horrific creature / individual who has been involved in the drug trade and has a personal grudge against all of you. You've last week dealt with her sidekick, associate we'll call him, in the form of Larry Natch Leaf. Now you guys are back aboard your ship, known as the Contrarian, thanks to your creative naming style. And we're headed to visit Vurim Tal, a notable merchant in the area who runs the economy of Merzerin and had at the base of his salt spire a ship that belonged to Larry. It contained a whole bunch of explosives, and now you guys have decided to go visit him at his tower. Question becomes, to start the session, is there anything you'd like to do before arriving?
Not particularly.
Okay.
Well, we should probably make plans. What are you gonna say to the guy? Other than, hey, there was a bomb underneath your building. We took care of that.
We accept cookies as payment.
Feels like you covered the bases.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can hear you now,
Yes,
Walker.
I'm lighting up. Delightful. So a bunch of us took extra attunement slots as our feat. Can we briefly talk about if we have any attune items in our inventory that we're not using? Does anybody? Can we maybe move those to the party inventory, just so that we can?
We have time during the voyage, yes.
All right.
Extra attunements.
I
I didn't even
will-
consider that. Damn.
Oh yeah, three of us took that. I think in the end, it's just a good choice.
The Mystic Conflux.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's so nice. I will put the Cloak of Displacement I'm not currently wearing in there. I sometimes wear that, but at the moment I'm not. I think it would probably be better on other people, to be honest, because I'm kind of designed to take damage.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds really strong. I'm happy to take that if nobody else is using it. It's kind of insane that we just fully have a Cloak of Displacement that nobody's using, because it's like the
It's like
the
I have a
hardest
bunch of
people-
important things to attend to.
Oh,
Yeah, I
no,
got it.
I'm not saying it's better than anything we have, but it's like the archetypical high-level D&D magic item that is like really, really good, and we just casually have one that we forgot about.
I think it's more the issue of only specifically good on like some people in our group. Like for me, if I take damage for anybody else, which is kind of my thing, it immediately stops working. So it's kind of useless for me to wear it.
Also, a lot of
Ruzin
our enemies
could
can
maybe
see
wear
through
it.
that crap at this point.
True. But like also Ruzin can't wear it in dragon form, I don't think, so that's kind of useless there. And we're kind of the main
I don't know,
two on the
maybe. I
front
could probably wear it
lines.
as like a little sash or something.
I mean, that could be interesting.
Why?
Sorry.
Looks at the camera.
The image of the dragon with a kilt is just, fun.
I think I'd look pretty.
Always.
Oh, no argument there.
Beautiful.
You look very pretty with a.
This is when Oshin is going to look up at you. You already look pretty to me, my love.
You too.
If you're not here, I get to roleplay your character sometimes.
Those are the rules.
Yeah, then we have this, what may or may not be a cursed flail, if anybody wants to attune to that. That thing's cool.
Is that in the bag of holding proper, or is somebody holding onto that?
I feel like this is character growth for you. You're saying that you want people to attune to the cursed flail?
This is
crazy.
why I
I-
say he's
okay,
probably
okay.
charmed. Like we
I
should
don't
definitely check.
think it's cursed. It just gives bad vibes. If I really did think it was cursed, I wouldn't let someone.
It's absolutely 100% cursed.
Why, you
Okay,
say-
in that case, nobody.
Well, let's lay
Alright,
out
in
the
that case,
facts here.
nobody
Why do we
tuned
think it's cursed? Let's hear it.
Just look at it. Like
Or is it
I
sort of like, have we actually looked
can't
at the thing that's being discussed?
I can't detect this kind of thing, but I mean, it has cursed
the name
vibes
of it?
to it.
What's it called?
Agony.
Oh, it's definitely cursed. Never mind.
Yeah, we might want to destroy and/or sell this or something. Oshin's also still carrying a
Sell
cursed
it.
sword. We should definitely figure that thing out.
Who would buy
sounds
this
like
crap
someone that will-
anyways if it's like cursed garbage?
What's her name?
Somebody
Back
that
in
wants to
Mastermind.
curse somebody.
Oh, so Pitney Bones? I guess we'll sell it to her then. Sounds good.
I mean, depends on her
Probably
outfit.
Coin, if you sold this to Pitney Bones, she'd immediately use it to flay you, right?
Well, maybe like we hit her, we fight a little bit, then mid-fight, I give her it when she's weak. Feel
Wait,
it
no,
out.
You get like a 6-second head start before she starts using it as like part of the deal.
I'm just saying she needs to die, but her wallet doesn't need to die with her.
Well, so why aren't we just taking her wallet after we kill her instead of making arbitrary deals while we're
That's
trying to...
that's dishonorable. We gotta earn it.
She is literally the most dishonorable person of like all time. Do we really give a fuck if we take all her money after we kill her?
Yeah, I'm just trying to beat her in the marketplace of
You don't need
Thanks.
to take the moral high ground against Pitney. We just need to murder her.
You know how a lot like there's some weapons like nunchucks where you're like, oh, there's a learning curve here that you have to survive before you can master it.
Yeah, that weapon does give me that vibe.
Like somebody who's learning this weapon is gonna make some trips to the ER.
yeah, if anything, we sell it to her. She swings that thing too hard, takes her an arm off.
Well, good thing we got a paladin on payroll.
Okay, so I want to be clear. I'm not letting us sell this to the enemy. That's important.
Could you maybe sell it to the enemy by hitting them with it?
I have a sword. I'd just use that. But heck, anyone else wants? No, actually, we really shouldn't. Okay, let's pretend we don't have this. Let's just leave this in the bag and forget about it. How about that?
I'm just not in the
Yeah.
business of burning bridges for no reason. It's on the table. I'm not saying we have to sell it to her, but it's on the table.
Okay, who else
What if
could
the
we
bread
sell
would
this
look
thing
really
to,
cool
though?
if it were on fire?
Ooh,
Judith would probably take it.
Would she?
I was thinking Judith might buy it or something.
Maybe.
who is she selling it to?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Well, I think Judith takes some things in like these and destroys them, or keeps them so that people can't have them.
Oh, she gets like her buddy to go disenchant them so we can get like some magic dust to make something new or something. I don't know how that shit
I mean,
works.
that'd
I'm
be really
just
cool.
guessing.
Have you been
mean,
reading
while we
over
have
Bryn's
this-
shoulder?
What? I mean, I don't know. Maybe. He just looks left and right.
While we have
Look,
this
it
downtime,
was interesting to read, even though I kind of didn't really get it.
No, like it's not a bad thing. If you've got a new interest, I think you should go all in.
Stacey, go ahead.
Bryn, do you want to maybe identify the cursed sword that Oshin's been carrying this whole time, and maybe
Have
don't
we-
touch it when trying to
We've
identify
never,
it?
we've never done that. I thought it was an
No.
unholy.
Yeah, it's something along those lines, but I don't think we know specifically what makes an Avenger unholy, or what it does. You know, maybe carrying it could be a bad thing. I don't think we know that.
I mean, if it was, how long has he been carrying it?
All
How
right,
long has it
well,
been since we saved Saphira?
So, I mean, like, surely at this point, it must reveal itself as like the great evil that's gonna kill us all if it actually did do that, right? Maybe the
We
sword
run
is sleeper
into
agent.
a lot of
Charlie.
great evils.
Sorry, what?
well, he's not here, so he can't say no. So, yeah, Bryn will take out the wand of identify and touch the wand of identify to this cursed sword and cast identify on it.
Ooh, okay. Cool. Are you here? Not here, so we're gonna do this. Got it.
He's actually possessed by it. We all have to fight him now.
I forgot what I called it. 1 second, guys. I gotta look it up.
Unholy adventure.
We sure do have a habit of having big important things we just leave in our bags.
Because we're very
Look, we
focused
have a lot
on,
of stuff.
on the small important things.
We have a lot of stuff, okay? It's hard to keep track of it all.
Yep. Give me a few moments. You guys can go ahead and continue while I pull that up real quick. Take them all.
While Eric looks at that, I want to also propose something else that we can put on our agenda. Deus Strom is ready for us at the Grand Library. So if we want to bring him one of the keys, I can contact him and let him know. All of my spell slots are exhausted from the skirmish with Larry and our investigating of the ship with the purple sails. So I'm kind of done for the day. I can use sending to set up a meeting tomorrow, but I can't teleport us there. But yeah, maybe we could go tomorrow.
Yeah, I
We
think
just
tomorrow's
sent it
fine.
with, like,
We
a
went through
courier.
lot.
Well, we could. I kind of want to teleport over there myself. I'm sort of curious. I mean, how long is a research gonna take, or is it like we stand there and watch sort of thing? What's the
I'm
deal?
not sure.
I personally don't think we should let this thing out of our sight. I feel like
I sort
he's
of
gonna be looking
agree,
at it,
but
we should
I
be
also
there.
don't. I don't love the idea if we're gonna be forced to watch him do some quote unquote research for like a day, just sitting there staring at him. But
Yeah. Cool.
What if we sent
I,
Oshin to babysit it?
Oh, that would be excellent. And then the problem is, if something goes wrong, Oshin's gonna die or get kidnapped off screen,
yeah,
and then
I kind of
and
don't
then we
want to
have
leave
to-
him alone like that.
we have to tell
Yeah,
Kyle, I'm sorry, we
Oshin's
killed your
so
character.
powerful and really, really smart. He's totally down to take on
I mean, I
anything.
believe they can hold his own, but I don't
And he can call us right away.
know how
Hey,
it would feel
party-
if I lost him. Let's just say that.
Party rules, remember? We go in pairs. Pitney
in
Bones
pairs.
is out there, we go in pairs.
Fair enough. But if
So
we're
not
like,
apparently at the very
telepathically
opposite
connected, then we are kind of paired.
No, see, no, that's that's not how that works.
Yeah, I
the,
don't think that counts.
we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, but I'm happy to report that the sword does not, in fact, appear to be cursed. It is called the Blade of the Unholy Avenger. It is normally used by clerics of Lolth, but does not seem to require it. And basically, it's basically a flame tongue. You can it's a flame tongue, except it deals fire and necrotic damage instead of just fire.
Like half and half.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
a d6 of each. Yeah, no, it is pretty cool, and it's actually, I don't think this is inherently evil. I think we could sell this or donate it to we could donate it to another adventuring party, maybe in return for a favor.
Interesting.
Yeah, unless is it like a longsword?
Yeah. Here, I'll
Okay.
put it in the I'll put it in the here's the link. And Eric says that we're not requiring the attunement requirement. I mean, you still have to. I think you'll have to attune to it, but you don't have to. You don't have to be a cleric of Lolth to attune to it.
That'd be difficult in this setting.
So I guess my theory was right. You know, if it was some evil cursed item, we probably would have figured it out by now, anyways.
Well, Oshin, has the sword been speaking to you? Has it referred to you as a minion? Have you felt a strong desire to? I'm just speaking from personal experience when I was
Do you have
enslaved
like
by the
a I
dragon
am
orb.
possessed questionnaire? Is that what this is?
I can.
I see your notes.
That actually would be a really good thing to fill one out. Like they have those surveys for various medical conditions involving your mental state. We could invent one, and it's a survey for how in danger of you are of being corrupted by a magic item.
Do you sometimes
I'm
forget
pretty
which
sure-
day of the week it is?
I'm pretty sure Coin regularly refers to us as his minions. Are we in danger of being corrupted by him?
Yes,
Ooh.
but not magically, just because if he's a bad influence.
For the
Not-
record,
not
you are
because-
no longer in danger of being corrupted by coin. Already
We
happened.
have been.
You built a tower.
Look, the dragon blood's already kind of corrupting me in terms of greed, so it's not like Coin's doing much more.
Coin shrugs, but says nothing.
Well, we have a flame tongue equivalent sword that makes purple flames.
That does sound wicked.
There is the
I wish it
other
was
part
green
of that,
Absolutely.
just
though.
for the record. That's not all it does.
It creates instead of creating light, it creates darkness. The flames absorb light, so it is I guess it is the inverse of a flame tongue because it makes a 40-foot radius of darkness around you, which could be pretty strong in the right hands. The wielder
Is
can
it like
always
the magical
see.
darkness, like when they cast that spell and you can't see anything, or is it just like kind of like a dark room?
Well, it says darkness in a 40-foot radius and dim light in another additional 40 feet. The wielder can see in this darkness as though it were bright light, with or without dark vision. I guess we'd have to try it, and see if dark vision can
You gotta
pierce it,
attune to
or if you
that thing
need.
to get it to work, or can you just hold
It does require. It does. I think it does require attunement. You just don't have to be a cleric of Lolth. At least that's how I'm interpreting Eric's message to me. Is that not doing the attunement requirement refers to the Lolth cleric part, and okay.
Therefore,
So yeah,
attunement
you
is
still need
required in
to.
some form.
Yeah, you still need to attune to it. And also you need to know the command word, which does Identify give you the command word?
It does not.
Oh,
Trial and error.
Baba Booey.
You're supposed to cast Vortex Warp right now, Bryn.
Oh, that. I think that stopped being a bit several years ago.
Okay. Look, guys, if he's going to do a callback, I'll do the callback with him.
This bit is no longer valid. Please turn it into
That
your
is
notes.
true.
Oh, I would do the bit. I would do the bit if I had more than like 4 spell slots left. But
It's an old code, but it checks out.
Look, I'm just trying to guess the code word.
I highly
Command
doubt
word.
that Baba Booey is the command word.
I don't
You'll
know.
have to attune to find out.
Green fire. Wait, no, it's not green. What is the color again?
Black.
Purple.
Purple fire. Yeah,
purple,
that's the command
purple,
word.
black. Purple, black. It's probably something to do with Lolth and her
Lalt is
church.
so cool and awesome, and I'm so down to use this sword. That's a really long command word. That probably isn't it.
I bet it's the Itsy Bitsy Spider.
Ooh. Just a whole song is the command word.
Okay,
I
that's really
Yeah.
stretching the definition of command word.
It says it takes a bonus action to speak the command word, but you actually have to commit 4 turns to do it.
What the?
you speak the command word, but then you have to keep singing the whole thing. Like, you know, that or you just sing it really, really fast.
You're good at singing sea shanties, so maybe you could sing this command song.
Look, I am not touching anything that calls itself unholy.
But apparently it's not
That
cursed.
doesn't go very well
for
for-
evil.
That's gotta limit the dating pool for the people. you know,
Absolutely
Luke.
got to be. It has absolutely got to be super evil. I mean, again, unholy. Like, I ain't
Well,
devout
I
or
mean-
nothing like that. But I know what happened last time I got involved with like evil deity stuff, and
Yeah, it always
that's not
ends
happening.
badly for you.
I mean, did clarify the spelling? Because maybe the Unholy Avenger is just the completed Avenger. Someone filled in the holes.
What? Okay.
But then
It was a solid joke. Leave me
It
alone.
was good. It was good.
But then, perhaps, even by that same definition, perhaps it's really bad at being a sword because it can't cut holes in people.
That's true. It makes no holes in people.
Ah, okay. So if
Well,
it hits
it
someone
doesn't
with
make holes in
smite them,
people,
it
it
heals
burns
them.
them.
That'd be obnoxious.
Man, now I want a sword that
My
does
turn,
green
Jason?
flames. That sounds awesome.
Can you imagine Sason wielding a sword that heals people and he's just like coming towards somebody going like, hold still, I got this? Like, nobody would trust him ever.
I feel like everyone could picture it though.
That's what Coin does when he punches people anyway.
He does do that.
People like.
But I'm not always
He
sure.
also has that
like,
weird look in his eyes.
I feel like he
Well, sometimes he
often
touches
mixes up
himself.
the damage and the healing punches. Like he blends them all together, so it's hard to tell which one you're getting when you're getting it.
Like, you guys are like talking as if I'm not on the same boat right now.
No, you're
Yeah, but
welcome to join in, Coin.
If you listen to the waves, you might even hear Coin's voice right now. We're here.
No, this is actually entertaining. Please continue.
No.
I do like it when you take a rest and he like lines everybody up to get smacked.
There's an art to hitting people with your hand.
Well, like, is there an art to hitting people in a way that heals them, though?
Yeah, you don't hit them quite as hard.
You gotta aim right. So like, if someone's choking, you smack them like
More about like the
Right
points,
under the
you know,
shoulder.
hit the key points.
Are we still talking about healing people? I'm concerned.
Like,
Kinda.
healing and hurting, they're like all, you know, mixed together.
Sometimes it's hard to tell.
Just be lucky that you're adventuring with me now, because when I was starting, I would get it mixed up. The people I was partied with then, I would just like hit them, trying to heal them. Didn't go that way.
Yeah, if you hit me when you're trying to heal me, I'm just gonna punch you back.
I definitely healed a couple of enemies in my day on accident.
You're like,
So
the book
what happened to
definitely
those old
said
party
it's this
members?
kind of punch. No, that didn't work.
I don't think we need to talk
Wait,
about
you
what
weren't
happened.
You were an adventurer before we met up at the jail? I didn't even know that.
I mean, for like a week, but everyone starts somewhere.
Ah.
You think a non-adventurer wanted to start a pirate crew?
Yeah.
You think that was like step one for me?
Yeah.
I thought that was everyone's thing.
Yeah, that's like, just I want to go on an adventure. I want to leave my life behind. Time to go join a party. Not like I'm already in a party. Let's like do something different.
Yeah, I guess you make a good point.
I mean, for me, I was just thrust into it because the whole village burned down, and then had to run away, and then somehow I ended up in jail. It's a whole thing.
I guess it was more of a personal choice for me.
I wish I had that leisure.
Do you wish it? Were you gonna like settle down?
No, I just kind of. It would have been nice if it wasn't forced upon me in the way it was.
Well, you're not forced now.
Yeah.
Why don't you make the choice right now? Like think about it.
I love what I do now.
You
But-
could settle down, or you could adventure. Starting right now.
Fuck
Which one do you want to do?
You want a low-risk job, then cash definitely.
I want to.
Could have you moving boxes.
I want to.
That place has been firebombed like twice.
Everyone's gonna know about the half-dragon Ruzid. How he's so great and cool. Something like that. I don't know. I'm not much of a storyteller. That's kind of like Saphira's thing. Maybe she should write the tale.
You'd have Saphira ghostwrite it.
Works for me.
Sarah would never. Her name would be all over that title cover.
Yeah, it's sort of the problem with getting the commissioner to do something like that.
Like every sentence of the book hyping up Ruzid ends with a feat of Saphira happening in tandem at the same location.
Coin, did you ever play Dragon Age?
Every-
Any of the Dragon Age games?
No. Why do you ask?
In the end of Dragon Age Inquisition, in the epilogue of the DLC, one of the main characters, one of the party members, is a dwarf storyteller called Varric, and he releases a book about the adventures of the Inquisition, and it's basically exactly what you described. Where
A bunch of addendums about
It's
himself.
so good.
it's like all of the there's he feuds with this other party member called Cassandra, and
Yeah.
he in the book he has like Cassandra begging for forgiveness on her knees from him for because they got in a fight because he didn't want to tell her where one of his friends was, and it's just wondering.
I
if
love
you
that
heard
that bit.
this particular reference.
No, I'm glad that bit exists elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I was just winging it.
Yeah, you really should check them out. It's a great story. Mechanics, the story's great.
Seems a man.
Cool. Well, it's about that time that you guys will pull up within view of the Salt Spire once again. As you guys
Okay, so we're gonna
come up, you can anchor near the spire.
So we're gonna tell the big boss that we destroyed the ship that was gonna blow up his whole island, and then that'll convince him to fight for us. Is that the plan?
Let's see what he knows. Yes, but let's see what he knows first before we just because if we tell him we've already did him a favor, it's kind of in the balls in his court. I guess Eric was right, and Coin has already corrupted me. It's let's not tell him. Let's see if we can figure out what he knows, and then rather than just say, oh yeah, by the way, we saved your whole island from becoming a nuclear wasteland. Because then he could just say, oh thanks, and then kick us out.
All right, here's the plan. Bryn takes lead. We all sit in the back and make occasional comments. Ready? Break.
All right.
All right, so you guys headed up to the spire.
Yeah,
Bryn does.
with our brand new sexy fourth magic items.
Cool. As you guys come up to the dock with your little vessel, Vurim Tal is going to come down to meet you there. What do you want?
We heard some interesting news. We don't have your specimens yet, but we wanted to ask if we're looking for a guy called Natch Leaf, goes by the name of Larry, and we'd heard that you'd been in business with him, but
He is not
we
here.
Are you on good terms with him, or is he kind of threatening you?
Why does it matter to you?
I think it's in your best interest to answer our questions honestly. We've recently heard of a large amount of an explosive substance that's being used to possibly threaten high-profile economic leaders in this part of the country, and we suspect that you might be one of them.
What makes you suspect this?
Bryn is going to look at the rest of the party over his shoulder. You really...
We got that information from Larry.
Do you say that aloud?
Yeah.
Okay. Indeed. Interesting. I had not heard this. What evidence do you have that you are not lying?
Well, if Bryn's gonna turn to the rest of the party and shrug. At the moment, there's nothing I could immediately produce, other than to tell you that we beat the crap out of him and asked what happened to the missing explosive barrels. He had 2 of them in his office, which were apparently being used as leverage for him. But then I'm wondering if Larry hadn't made contact yet, that he was still in the process of getting the sort of the trap set up. Are you aware of any? You had your the force field around your island, the wards that would zap anybody that got close.
Yes.
Those were down for a couple days, right?
Indeed.
Is it possible that during that time somebody was able to smuggle in a ship full of explosives?
Your hypothetical is interesting. And from my perspective, very far-fetched. I don't even know your name.
Can we prove, like, wait a second. Rue's gonna go and whisper to Bryn. Are we gonna talk about the ship, or?
I think we should at this point.
Okay, well, we do actually have some evidence, but you're gonna have to follow us. The reason we came to you is because we found one of Larry's vessels underneath this castle in a hidden alcove. Don't know how he set it up exactly, but he set up some sort of illusion to hide it.
Can I get a persuasion
And it was
check,
loaded to the
please?
brim with explosives.
Get advantage on this because you're telling the truth and everything, but I do need a persuasion check.
21.
Awesome. Show me where this is.
All right. Klein, you were the one who found it. You want to lead the way?
Good thing. Coin front flips to intersection of rocks, right?
Cool. So you're going to go in that direction?
Yeah.
The way over there is impassable by foot, but he goes and walks on the water. You're familiar
Quite
with
also.
Rings of Water walking.
Looking pretty fancy walking on the water.
He's stalking in that direction. As he passes through the hallucinatory terrain, the vessel is still there.
We did sink it.
We did sink
Correct.
it.
Yep. So it
Yeah.
should be below the water.
But I was
Still
gonna,
there, though.
Yeah, look below the water.
Still there, just
Yeah.
waterlogged.
Yeah. So we wanted to find out what you knew before telling you. But yeah, it's we already found it. It contained 14 barrels of crystallized dragon breath glands. And we expect the explosion would have been sufficiently large to level basically the entire island.
Well, this is where he kept them.
Yes.
Interesting. We should reconvene in my office. Are you available for tea?
I think we are.
He's going to look down at the sunken vessel there, and he's going to cast a spell. Does anyone want to do anything about the spell he is casting?
Can we try and recognize it? I'm guessing it's going to be like a teleport spell to get us back to his office, or something to do with the finding out about the. I'm guessing it's benign. Can I try and identify it?
Sure.
Ooh, only 21.
Yep, you get this. Getting the for you here because this is a old school. Bryn,
Ooh.
there you go.
Arcane Mark allows you to inscribe your personal rune or mark. It's a 3.5 edition spell, level sorcerer or wizard 0. So I think this is like a cantrip
It
from
is.
D&D 3.5. It basically just is like it puts your seal on something. And then a detect magic spell or see invisibility, or a gem of seeing allows a user to see.
Yep.
Does he create a visible mark or an invisible one?
It's visible for a moment before it fades.
Interesting.
Let's go. And he's going to turn on his heel and start stalking away. You guys follow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. He will take you guys back to the dock, up a series of stairs, and to a sitting room that overlooks the bay. It's a nice place. He will join you here after having gone and gotten the tea cart. And he will set a couple tea lights underneath the teapot. So, let's discuss what you know about Mr. Leaf.
Yeah. So we've had beef with Larry for a long time. We were kind of minding our own business, and then he tried to have us thrown in jail as a distraction for one of his smuggling operations, and that's how the core of this crew started several years ago. And yeah, he's currently a known associate of somebody we're trying to track down, a bog witch by the name of Pitney Bones, who's a real nasty piece of work. And so we were going after Larry to try and get to Pitney, and we traced him here, and we came to you first in the hopes of learning more about him, but then we stumbled upon stumbled upon his little trap quite by accident, which was very fortunate because the sunken ship that you saw, contained a link directly to his office, um, in another, which is on another part of the continent, and yeah, we followed it there, beat the crap out of him, and basically had him tell us what he knows, and he's trying to mess with the economy here. He's trying to buy up all the wood in the city and all the mushrooms and fungi and associated uh, associated materials that derivatives of mushrooms and fungi, and we don't really know why he's doing it, other than that he wants to crash the economy. It's possible because Pitney Bones is going to try and flood the market with drugs, but we're not really sure why. And we were hoping to learn more about your interactions with him. Um, we expected that he'd already started trying to blackmail you by informing you about the ship full of bombs under your tower, but it seems that maybe he hadn't gotten that far yet. That he'd just gotten the ship in place and set it up and was preparing to. Yeah, it's the theories about wood. We've got one of us raised the possibility that it's about limiting the capacity of nations to build ships. We don't know if he's doing the same thing elsewhere, or if we don't know if they're just trying to do crazy stuff, or if there's a specific purpose behind it. But we were hoping that you had already interacted with Larry, and after demonstrating that we'd removed the bomb threat, that you'd be able to then help us and tell us what you know. But yeah, that's all we got right now.
You like sugar with your chamomile?
Oh no, thank you. I'll take mine plain.
He offers each of you tea.
I want sugar.
He will offer you a small bowl with sugar cubes and a pair of tongs.
I'm just gonna take one of the cubes.
I had dealings with Mr. Leaf for quite some time. He purchased the barrels from me. I did not realize he had not moved them from here. But the fact that there were only 14 is a concern.
Yeah, the ship contained 16 slots for 16. The other two were in Larry's office, and
But I
that
had
was
sold him
that was
32.
oh, okay, that's good to know. Where can you describe where and when and how this transaction happened?
Here, in this room. Approximately 2 months ago, the initial negotiations took place. The
Got it.
resources were gathered and delivered to the docks, where they were loaded aboard 2 ships.
Did one of those ships have purple sails?
Indeed, they both did.
Okay, that's good to know. We'd heard that his sort of flagship, his trading vessel had purple sails, and we assumed there was just one, and it's the one that's underneath the waves in the little cove that we showed you earlier.
That ship did look familiar.
Yeah, so, okay. And that had space for 16, so that was one of the ships. So the other ship and the 16 barrels are unaccounted for at present. We can do some asking around, and see if we can figure out where that ship went. Whether
I have
it was
an inclination to provide you more information, since you have revealed the threat that my associate poses to me.
please do. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, as the saying goes. And
That is not
We-
always
yeah.
true. However, it was not only 2 vessels he procured. He also commissioned 3 barges and loaded them full of the fungus and wood from Merzerin. He had it shipped from here, and they departed southwards.
interesting. Approximately how long ago was this?
2 months, when he purchased
2
the
months ago.
crystallized dragon breaths.
So
Got
he
it.
purchased the dragon breath from you just to use it against you. Pretty funny.
Which is why, if I ever see him again, he will become part of my collection.
Let's see. So 2 months
Oh,
ago,
it-
Larry
it-
does all this business here. He buys 2 ships worth of bombs, uses one of them. Oh, who's the other leader of this? The other economic leader, the red fanged lady.
The
Was her name
red-toothed
or something?
lady, yes.
The red toothed lady. I wonder if she's the other. I wonder if we should contact her again and let her know that she might need to do a bomb check. But yeah, that's We'll
It's a,
we'll head back to Mizarin and to Mirzarin and see if we can look at the registries of ships from about 2 months ago, because it's possible that the reason that the ship full of bombs got past your wards is because it never left. We didn't ask Larry when he set up the bomb trap, but I'd imagine he'd want it there for as little of a time as possible, so that it would to reduce the risk of it being discovered before he threatened to use it. So, it's possible the ship left and came back. Could you share with us what caused the wards around your island to be lowered? Because there may have been some influence from Larry. My theory is that the wards had to go down to sneak the bombs in.
You're incorrect. The wards were lowered on purpose. They are still in
Okay.
place and can be reactivated when I choose. But I'm a collector of exotics, and some of the new exotics react poorly to wards.
So you only raise them in an emergency.
Once my collection is restabilized, I will reactivate them. After all, fear of the wards is greater than the wards themselves.
So, can you go back to this incident that caused you to lower the wards? You're a living creature that reacts poorly to wards. Can you tell us more about this creature and how you acquired it or wish to acquire it?
I collect various spawn and exotics from around Toivoa. I have an interest in collecting them for my private zoo. It
Mhm.
resides beneath the Salt Spire and is kept usually intact. Although recently it has been purged due to an accident involving ceremorphosis.
Stereomorphosis,
We've had
as
to
in
do a
mind
cleansing.
flayers.
Yes, but that has been since resolved.
I see. And as a consequence of that, the wards had to be temporarily lowered.
Indeed, in order to import the new specimens.
I see. Could you tell us from whom you are importing the new specimens, or if they're I'm still of the theory that this particular accident might have been engineered to give you a reason to lower the wards, which allowed a ship full of bombs to sneak in under the radar. If you can tell us either more about the Ceramorphosis incident, or about the vendor or contractor from whom you are importing the new specimen, we might be able to follow those leads and answer some questions.
I received the original problematic specimen from Mr. Leaf. That was 2 months ago, in exchange for the barges.
So not only did he betray you with the explosives, he also scammed you. What a scumbag.
Scammed and caused a great deal of expense. I had to pay some mercenaries to clean out my menagerie.
Yeah. Yep. That makes sense that it was Larry. So he buys the bombs from you, gives you a specimen that he plans to sabotage or already knows is gonna cause problems, and then when you need to get a replacement specimen, you need to lower the wards, and he sneaks in a ship full of bombs, which he intends to then blackmail you with. All right, that checks out. So, that only leaves the question. Well, we still have several unanswered questions. First, where's the other ship full of bombs? Where did it go, and where is it sitting? We didn't think to ask Larry if he had any more.
Well, you said that. You said that those ships were the barge. Wait, the barge was separate from
the barge is full of wood and fungi that were after they cleaned out this city of all of its wood and fungi. Those went on the barges, and the barges went south, and that also happened 2 months ago.
Those are gone to Karth.
I need to pull up my map of Toivoa.
Can I get a persuasion check to get him to open up about what he knows? Because we're going to pull up the map of Toivoa. Yay!
Gladly. I will give out a persuasion check any day of the week.
So with a 25, Vurim Tal is going to smile. You can just tell from the eyes, because you can't really see the rest of his face. But he has told you a half-truth. He arcane marked all the barges and the ship because he doesn't trust anybody.
Mm-hmm.
As the barges left Merzerin, they went south. But he tracked them, and then they turned north and went northwest, and then further northeast. And he's going to tell you that at last word, they were about to round the ancient wastes.
Interesting. We believe that Pitney Bones is active in that part of the continent. So it seems like she might want those for herself. Barges are pretty slow. I don't know if our ship is capable of intercepting them, especially if we don't know where they're going. Although, if you're willing to tell us where they are now.
I have a really crazy idea about how to make the ship move really fast, but we can go over that later.
Okay. I mean, we do have all the barnacles that we stole from his sailing ship. We could trick out our own ship at the cost of hull integrity. Or we could cut across the continent and try and intercept them, or just teleport to a place on land and try and catch them Okay, that's good to know. Thank you for sharing that with us. That's going to be extremely useful. Did did you happen to arcane mark the other purple sailed ship with the bombs as well?
Of course. I mark all the goods that I trade. At this point, if you're one of the Sunday group, everyone's freaking out now.
I am just thinking about how my dog marks all the things that he wants to claim.
Oh boy.
Huh.
Mo.
Is that what we're talking about?
I presume this is either Mo or Waldo.
They both expert markers for sure.
Understood. So, where did you get your vessel? And is it for sale?
I'm afraid not at the moment, as we are using it. It was acquired from an auction in Bourbon. We needed a new vessel, and we were able to get our hands on this one.
Well, I suppose it's for sale if it's like SAIL, just not SALE.
If you change your
That'll do.
mind, let me know. I'm in a need for such a ship.
We appreciate the offer, and we'll keep you in mind if we ever decide that we're done with it and are willing to part ways. So, what now? I think that's all of our questions are answered for the immediate future. It's sorry. Okay, we know where the bombs came from. We know where half of them went. Would you be willing to tell us where the other half are headed?
Cannot tell you that, but I can tell you where I know the ship has been.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and pull up the map once again. The ship in question, which is very fast, has made a variety of visits around Toivoa. Specifically, it stopped in Karth. It stopped in Vehan. It stopped in Bourbon. It went to Rio Nosume. It went to Nausha. It went to Kesu. It went to Shimahaba. It made its way around the ancient wastes. It stopped in Chunju. It stopped in Yarun. It stopped in Cordray Gruul. Went over to Azdi Ra, way over here. And then to Charmuk, through a passage here. And then subsequently from Charmuk, has gone to the Carial Isles and to Shadow Shaddai.
It should really be
currently on its way away from Shadow Shaddai.
You should have just listed the place it hasn't been.
all right. So let's see. I think.
Yeah, so the bad news
it's
is,
not-
if they drop the bombs off somewhere, they could be in literally half the cities in Toivoa.
Yeah. Eric, did you say it went to Ryport or
No. You went
Or
to
no,
Nausha
it
and
went
then
up
up to
to-
Kesu.
Kesu and then Shinohaba
Yep, and around the ancient wastes.
and
And
then
it stopped
around
in
the
every city
Horn.
along the coast.
Stopped at every city along the coast, and then went to Audi Ra. Cool. Okay. So basically did a whirlwind tour of the Tour de Toivoa, by sea, and then probably could be headed to any or all of the. Yeah. So I'd be interested in trying to intercept the ship. It's probably not. Although his ship is faster, we could go to Black Mountain or Slashmaw Port and see if it shows up there. Hang on, we could put in a call to our old friend Ermenos and ask him to do some scout work for us. He I don't think his wife would take too kindly to that particular invitation, but maybe if we paid him, he'd be willing to keep an eye out for the ship with purple sails and see if
I like that idea.
that's just a possibility because the bombs could be in none, some, any, or all of these places. It's possible he just dropped off all the bombs in Marzarin in order to possibly dropped off all the bombs in Mirzarin in order to likewise blackmail the other economic figure in this region, and then the ship has just gone on its normal trade route after that. Or it's possible that the bombs were headed somewhere else. We can only speculate, but we can find out, because I would like to know where those bombs are going. Because if we've already pulled a major, we already have a major win over Pitney Bones by recovering half the explosive. Most of the half. Some of it's still in Larry's office. I imagine he's probably trying to dispose of that quickly, so Pitney doesn't remote detonate it the second she finds out that he squealed. But if she does detonate it, I don't think I'm going to lose much sleep. But anyway, okay, my last question before everything that I want to know has been answered. Why do you think that Larry and Pitney would want to... This is speculation, so it might be much harder to answer, but why do you think that Larry might want to blackmail you? Like what? Sorry, no, that was a poor choice of words. What could Larry... What would a man like that try and compel you to do by threatening to blow up your spire if you didn't comply? It might just be do you have any insight into his goals? Is there something you could do that would stop him from... I don't know.
My silence.
Any insight you could have would be your silence.
After all, I also sold them one other thing, other than the barges and the ships, full of the crystallized dragon's breath.
I see. I don't suppose you are comfortable sharing with the class?
I'm going to ask for a new persuasion check.
Okay. Where's my... Hang on, this might matter. Bryn's gonna invoke the walking stick of Zarud and take a nat 20.
Very well.
Which gets me to 37 on my persuasion check.
My menagerie involves some experiments that get performed from time to time. Prior to the corruption of the menagerie, I had some researchers working on new forms of draconids. One of them proved productive in its generation. I sold the process to Mr. Leaf for a hefty sum, And he made a veiled threat that I should not tell anyone that I have sold him the way to create dragons out of natural materials.
Interesting.
I suspect the wood and fungus that has left Merzerin is destined for such a purpose.
That answers 2 questions at once.
Do you know
All
the
right,
properties of these artificial creatures?
They vary based off of the resources involved. The one that I had created was a combination of a black dragon and lodestones. It proved to be quite the effective magnetic dragon.
Interesting.
Magnetic dragon.
So,
So it's
what
like
type of
wooden
form do these
spores.
things take? Are they all on all fours? Are they? How do they look? They look like a normal dragon, sort of.
They are abominations created. There are no natural dragons. Natural dragons are superior in most ways. But if you wish for a
Figures.
custom life form, well, there are ways.
So, a dragon army. Grow your own dragon. All right. In that case,
All you have to do that
I
is
think
train
we
it.
had best get moving. I think we had best get moving.
Thank you.
Indeed.
It's true. It's just Galvin, man. It's just him.
A little too accurate.
Did you enjoy your tea?
The tea
It
was
was nice.
delightful. Thank you.
I want to be clear, I didn't drink any of that.
What are your aims with this Pitney Bones?
We want her gone.
To shut this party down. That's our plan. That's always been our plan. We're gonna find her, and then it's the end of the line.
We're gonna reduce her to
Personal for
bones. Metaphorically speaking.
Well, she sort of is already reduced to bones in a way.
That is the metaphor at play.
I have an interest in her demise.
How
Yeah, her henchman
interesting.
did screw you over after all,
She
so
has
any help would be
caused
appreciated.
Yet she has caused problems with the trade routes. I would like to have access to Pitney Bones's ledgers.
Hmm.
And I will trade you, in exchange, facilities that I have access to and knowledge. In exchange for her ledger, you can do business with me.
I like the prospects of that.
Coin.
I don't know if I'm so sure about that.
Are you even looking at this guy?
Well, hold on. Let's see what kind of business do you. What
He
can
used
you
the
offer
B
me?
word, and you're like, yeah, let's do it. I'm interested.
I mean, he seems to be making some sort of perverted mimicry of my people, so kind of not a huge fan of that.
Your people, kobolds.
We'll put that in the con.
I'm half
Carlos?
dragon.
My apologies.
Maybe
I
don't
do
tell the
not
collector that
believe
you're
that
half
I
dragon.
have
Don't give a fuck.
modified
He wants
any
to
of your
collect me.
people.
That'd be funny. I'd like to see him try.
I prefer the non-confrontational approach.
Yeah, well, I'm never agreeing to be part of your collection if that's what you're going for.
Indeed not. Free will is important, as long as one has it. I take the will-less, the mindless, the comatose, and the insane.
Yeah, whatever lets you sleep at night, man.
pleasure doing business with you. As far as you, Mr. Grode, I do not know you, but if you need supplies or wholesale prices, I can provide.
I got a couple people like that. You think you could clue me in a little more northward on that?
Prior to Pitney Bones being involved, my ships traveled all the seas of Toivoa with knowledge and information and mercantile. If there's something that you want from within the walls of the sea, well, I have access to it.
Good to know. Is there anything regarding her ledger you might know?
I'm sorry, repeat the question?
Is there anything regarding her ledger you know if she keeps it in a special place?
I do not know where she keeps
What it looks like?
but I would presume in an office.
I'd presume the same. I'll
It's
give it
too
some
obvious.
thought.
She put it with the bathroom reading.
Or, it's by her bed so she can go to sleep easy. Read over the ledger.
Is that
It's
how
actually-
Coin sleeps at night, looking through the budget?
No, he would never get sleep. That's what he thinks about. Oh, that's what keeps him up, frankly.
That's how he gets wired in the morning.
Oh, got it. Is there anything else that you require of me today?
I can't think of any other questions to ask. Gang?
Nada.
In that case, allow me to express my thanks for your assistance. And he's going to offer you a silver sphere. There's a seam wrapped around the center of it, but it is a very shiny silver sphere. You can see your reflection in it. It's about 8 inches in diameter. Thank you for saving my island. It would have been inconvenient to rebuild. He stands,
All in a day's work.
and having handed this to Bryn, he's going to gesture to the door. You guys have been excused. You guys leave?
I think so, unless anybody else
Yeah.
wants to.
I don't want to be here any longer than we have to be.
All right. Well, you can guys go outside where the sea air and the fresh breeze washes across you.
All right. Well, let's. So, I mean, the odds that he marked the spear or the ship are pretty high.
Oh,
we
at
can.
100%. We've got to figure out
We
that out.
can. Yeah. Well, we'll just. It's a very low level spell, and we could detect magic and dispel it probably. It's. I think it would be. It might be rude to do it immediately. Like if someone gives you a gift and you want to re-gift it, you don't do it in front of them. You wait a socially acceptable amount of time before
Well,
you.
some-
Of course, marking our
someone puts
ship
it-
would be rude too.
Well, yeah.
If someone puts a
but,
tracker in a gift they're giving me, I don't normally feel bad about taking off the tracker and being like, hey, what the fuck, that was a tracker.
well, I'm just saying.
Throwing it back
I'm just
in
saying
their
we
face.
don't do it. Don't do it while we're here. We parted on good terms with him.
Sure.
We can.
Give them mile.
Yeah. I just say give it an hour, and then once we're back in Mirzarin, we can clean off the arcane mark. Yeah, once we're back on the ship, Bryn is gonna identify the spear
Okay.
using the last charge on my wand of identify.
The sphere is not magical,
Okay,
but
that
there
was
is
a
an arcane mark on
possibility.
it.
Yeah.
So
Of
there's
course there
something
is.
inside of the sphere.
I don't think so. I think it's just a nice
Isn't there a seam on
ornamental.
it?
I imagine not. The craftsmanship looks very
There's a hairline seam
Very
all
good.
the way around it, circumnavigating the sphere.
is
Inside another slightly smaller sphere.
Russian
open
nesting
it?
spears. I guess yeah. If it opens, it's if it obviously opens, then yeah, we'll open it. But if it's just
Cool. As you pry this open, it's easy to
What?
open, and inside you will see that there is one of these. A beautiful flaming flower that gives off a subtle heat. It smells like
Great.
cinnamon and honey.
I think he likes you, Bryn.
I uh, I didn't get that vibe. Actually, this guy is in the top 10% of least sexual interactions I've had with Toivoa NPCs.
I can't
To
believe
be
you're
clear,
rating them.
you rank them.
I'm just saying some of them are more memorable.
All right, we need the full list. Let's go.
So
What-
okay,
and what you
at
were-
least start with the top 69.
Nice.
And while we're on the subject, why did you tell Josie that Bryn is attracted to dead people? Because that's not true, and Josie
First of all,
did not need to know that.
that was established lore. We discussed this a few days
That-
ago, or a few weeks
That's
ago.
an in-party secret. We don't let outsiders know about that.
So anybody who watches the stream knows about it.
Anyone who's interacted with the Bryn just gets the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that he gives off that vibe.
Anyway, it's let's see. Does Mystic Conflux just give me the identify spell? I think it does. I have to be touching it, but you can also once per day. This does not seem dangerous. I'm using my insight just to Bryn is gonna although I'm worried if we touch it, it might just like dissolve. It seems so fragile. We can wait a day to identify this rather than. I guess I'm so risk averse that I don't want to touch it with my bare hands. Not because I think it's dangerous to me, but because I
think it's better safe than sorry, but we should probably reseal
Yeah.
it then.
yeah, agreed. Let's close up this spear, and we can identify this tomorrow.
I could try identifying it.
Oh, I mean, do you know what it is?
Oh, I mean, I have the identify spell as well, and it looks like it's fiery, and fire doesn't hurt me nearly as much.
No, I appreciate it. If you want to identify it, go for it. I think there's at least 4 party members have the identify spell because you know it, Oshin knows it, and I think Sason and I. Sason, you also took Mystic Conflicts, right?
Yeah, I totally didn't realize they gave me the identify spell, so that was cool.
I didn't either. It definitely wasn't the reason I took it, but so half the party could identify it. I'm choosing not to just because I'm worried that touching it could somehow consume it or shatter it. Because this looks like the kind of truly rare, not quite one of a kind, but once in a campaign magic item that I want to take all necessary precautions with. But yeah, if you want to use identify, by all means, I'm not gonna stop you.
Very careful.
Go for it. Bryn will hand the spear containing the flower over to Saphira.
I will dexterously pull the flower out of there. Oh. What you sent. Oh, wow. Do we see any of these when we are in Australia? Because I don't think we did. Maybe we were in the wrong part of the continent.
Remind me the name of what this is. I suspected what it was based on some conversations we had during the raid. But
Australian fire bloom.
it is
Very
an
good.
Australian fire bloom.
It's got a very nice healing property to it.
Good to know. Good to know.
It ain't the kind of thing you can only use once, but it be the kind of thing you can only use 4 times.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. We have an Australian fire bloom with 4 charges. This thing is probably worth more money than all of the rest of our loot put together.
How good is the healing?
Can I display the stat sheet for him? Here.
Saphira would explain it in terms that whatever the game mechanics translate to would be understandable.
Understood.
in the world.
There you go.
Wow. Yeah, that seems very good.
2d20 plus 20 plus a lesser restoration.
Need that spell that maxes out all healing, then it's 60 HP.
Hey, we had that on armor once, but then it got disintegrated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always got to watch out for that disintegration.
I agree.
I'm glad you do.
Anyway, should we head back to Mizrain and maybe warn them that there could be a bunch of explosives there? Honestly, my guess is that the explosives are not there, but maybe sending a warning just in case isn't a bad idea.
Who are we warning in Mizrain again?
The red
The
tooth
red
lady.
tooth lady is my number one suspect. If there's 2, it's purely speculation, or maybe educated guess would be a better word. That if there's 2 major economic leaders in this city, and they're trying to control the economy in this sector, we should find out if the red tooth lady has done any deals with. I think at this point, stopping the barge full of materials to create dragons is maybe a bigger priority. The barges are going to be pretty slow. It's taken them. Let's do some back of the napkin math. Thinking about the map, if it took them 2 months to get around the horn of the northern part of the continent, it's possible it might be as long as another month before they get to where they want to go. However, if Pitney knows that Larry is compromised, it probably it's possible that she's going to take extra precautions to protect her cargo. And so I think stopping Pitney from growing her own army of little dragons would be a very strong play for us. I also agree that stopping the bombs is the priority. The good news is we know where the barges are. It's just a question of, do we go for those first, or do we try and locate the bombs? Because we could go for the barges as soon as tomorrow. Rusid, when's your dragon form ready?
It's been ready.
Okay. Excuse me. So we could just teleport to the vicinity of where we were told the barges. This all assumes that this guy was telling the truth, which I'm inclined to believe him.
Wait a second. I just realized maybe this is the moment where I drink both of those potions, Toddy, because I could turn into a dragon and then drink both of those potions, and then I'd probably be so big I could probably destroy the barge.
Nice. We are talking about the one that also makes you sticky, right?
Yeah.
That's excellent. Let's destroy
Yeah,
a barge.
thoughts from the rest of the party on what we should do next. I think. Another thing that I have been putting off is going to the library and letting Dave take a look at the Chrononacrum keys.
We
And
can do that
I
like
think that
now, real quick, and then go off and destroy some barges.
we could. I don't want to do it today because we've already had one big combat today, and I'm kind of exhausted. I'd like to wait until at least tomorrow. And I think we should only bring one of the keys to start unless he asks us to bring more. We can consider bringing more. But yeah, I will.
No, I agree. No more than
yeah.
one key is what he should get a chance to look at right now. Probably the going to the future key, to be honest. No offense, we don't really know him, and these things carry a lot of firepower. I agree we shouldn't be doing anything big today. Just people already took a lot of hits, not a lot of spell slots left. I think what we could do is go back to Mizrin, just get word out to the Red Tooth Lady that there could be bombs, maybe look into that. We don't have to go crazy exploring for it, maybe some light looking around. Rest tonight, and then tomorrow, maybe in the morning, we head over, we get the keys checked out, and then we start tracking down the barges.
Yeah, that all seems like a very good idea. Let's head back to Mirzarin right away. I have enough magic left to cast Sending and contact the Red Tooth Lady. We've already met her, so she might be willing to meet with us again. We could also go back to her favorite little hangout and hope to encounter her. So yeah.
I've always sort of wanted to be a sea monster. Kind of exciting thinking about trying to snap one of those barges in half like a toothpick.
Well, I do want to also raise the possibility. Yes, I would love to watch Ruzid destroy some barges. I think that would be extremely satisfying, knowing that they belong to Pitney Bones. But it's also, I wonder if it's possible that if we could, if I want to think about rescuing some of the cargo, because if destroying the city's economy is part of Pitney's plan, I don't know how badly this city's going to hurt from having sold all of its wood, but I imagine a wood shortage is not going to be good for the city. So,
well, aren't the barges carrying all the like stuff to make the dragons? Are they also carrying wood?
Yeah, that's the wood and the fungi are the stuff to make the dragons. They're part of whatever ingredients you use to. I don't know what the process is, but that
Come on, man, don't rob me of my one opportunity to do this.
All right, look, if we
like I said, there's a shortage of all that stuff. You know how much they'd pay to get it back?
I look, on one hand, I wouldn't mind giving, if we go to the effort of recovering it, I think it's reasonable to be compensated for our time and effort. I wouldn't want to basically try and scalp its wood and we can cross that bridge when we come to it. If the barges are just like completely undefended, we could just like swoop in and take our pickings. If there's a fight and the best answer is a rooted cannonball depth charge, I'm cool with that as well.
There's no way the thing isn't heavily defended, right?
It's possible. We'll have to. We'll see when we get. I'd be shocked if, especially
Well,
now
also,
that
Pitney now
Larry's been.
knows, right? So there's no way that she isn't gonna like teleport some reinforcements over or something.
Yeah, I agree. She knows or she will very soon, which is why I think I think today we contact the red toothed woman and I can do that from the ship. And then tomorrow, let's get I think as pressing as Pitney Bones is, I think Deus Strom's predicament is equally stressful, because I don't think that any of the I don't think that any of our beef with Pitney Bones is gonna matter all that much if time starts dissolving at the seams again. So I do feel obliged to get at least one of these keys under Dave's microscope as quickly as possible. But then maybe as early as tomorrow afternoon. I say we go for a little dragon ride over the northwestern oceans and see if we can give Ruzer a little target practice.
I could probably sneak up on the ship just by swimming deep underwater, and then
If you wanted to
style.
Yeah, if you wanted to go by yourself and go for a submersible attack, I'm not sure Pitney would be able to intercept that very well. But
Obviously, you guys would be in the wings, but like,
yeah,
the ocean's really big, so no matter how big I am, I'm pretty sure they won't know what hit them until like I'm just about to strike, and then probably make a giant dent in the hull.
probably you would probably be able to put a fatal wound in at least one barge before your presence is noted, is my guess, because Pitney knows we have a dragon. I don't think Pitney knows that
We have 2 growth potions that both make the dragon 8 times bigger or whatever, big enough to destroy the ship.
Yeah, it's I don't think Pitney knows we have that exact ability to basically have Ruzid be a submerged weapon, big enough to destroy a ship, but I imagine she'll be able to respond pretty quickly. Because remember what we've learned about her, that she can basically imagine things and make them into reality, and she has a very vivid imagination. And so it's possible that she's going to be there overseeing it herself if she thinks that there's I imagine her time is too.
Why don't we cast a private sanctum on the ship so that she can't see shit and then she can't do anything?
Well, like on the barges, you mean?
Yeah, you could use a wish spell to cast it, right? Because then it would happen instantly instead of over a long time.
That's true. And depending on how quickly, I think you can still cast a sending spell from inside a private sanctum. So it's possible that there might be more powerful magical wards that I don't use, but Oshin could access with a wish spell.
Well, if I
there
were
might
a
be like
Pitney Bones, I would probably have some scrying stuff to oversee the ships, and then if shit hits the fan, I could watch through the scrying stuff and then imagine a bunch of whatever stuff I'm going to use to impede my enemies. So if I put like something that wards it off, like a private sanctum, wouldn't that screw over that whole tactic?
It would. Yeah, that's a good point. I was imagining that she would appear on the scene in person, but yeah, if she can just see, if she can see whatever she's looking at, and then on top of that, just use her illusionary magic.
I don't know if you'd make herself
distance.
so vulnerable to be on the scene herself. Seems like she's probably wanted to be turtled up in her little castle or whatever.
You're probably right, and her time is definitely too valuable to just sit on the boat. So, yeah, we can continue to discuss our plan of attack tomorrow once we're done with Deus and his team of scientists.
I also don't really know what's going to happen if I drink both of these potions. I haven't actually done it yet.
Yeah, Well, we can
I'm gonna
I
find
look
out the
forward to
hard
finding
way,
out.
but I don't know
Yeah.
exactly what's gonna happen.
I look forward to finding out. And you've got your team of rescue mages on the scene in case.
An arcane accident happens.
Yeah.
Rescue mages. Oh please.
I mean, that's my job title basically, is make sure the party doesn't die. Make sure the party lives long enough to deal sufficient sneak attack damage and dragon bite damage and fireball damage.
Destroy the whole damage.
Yeah. Okay. Before we go any further, let's just get this out of the way. Is the red-toothed woman, is that her actual name? Or is that just a title? I don't think it's her name. I think it's a...
She had something else. Let me see. She had something else we said we could call her, but she also
yeah.
did not say that was her
She
name.
said-
Let me see if I can find it.
Hey, she said we could call her Miriam.
Of course, Saphira
that sounds
remembers. Of course, Saphira remembers the name of a pretty woman.
Is it not polite to remember people's names?
It's polite to take good notes, which Jordan is very good at. Is I'm sure is the true reason why he remembers the name, but it's funnier to say that it's because Saphira is very enamored with her.
Of course, that's the reason Spear knows, but she would never admit that.
All right. Britta's going to try it anyway. Does sending require you to speak the name? Oh, it's just to a creature with which you are familiar. You don't even have to say their name. It's just as a creature you have met at least once. Excuse me. So Britta's going to cast a sending spell, and he's going to name Miriam the Red Tooth. Well, he's gonna send, intending to send it to Miriam the Red Tooth Woman, and it's gonna be and then before I send it, what's the name of this guy again?
Vurim Tal?
Vurim Tal. Just found a ship full of bombs under Vurim Tal's. No, that's maybe that's too much. Maybe I say I'll type it out. Brit will spend some time crafting this message. I'll type it out and then count the words and then reduce word count appropriately.
Probably don't.
Yeah, you guys
know that we've been talking to Vurim Tal in any kind of positive way.
Oh, we don't have to tell her that.
Okay, exactly then. Good. I don't think she'd take it very well.
Sending the message from the ship off to the
yes.
What's Coin doing
it's
this time?
24 words.
Coin, what are you doing during this period of time?
Coin is the top of the crow's nest.
Okay. Just kind of chilling.
Just kind of chilling.
Okay. Ruzid? Observing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just chilling.
Saphira?
So Saphira is watching Bryn compose her message and doing her best not to distract him.
Okay. Tati?
I'm trying to distract him. Never mind. I won't distract him. Do your message or whatever.
Okay. And then Oshin
I just think you don't have to try too hard. She's kind of an awful person. If she blows up, it's not the end of the world.
Oshin is going to be hugging on Ruzid, showing PDA. And Saison?
At this point, I think we're far enough away. Saphira, can you cast Detect Magic? Because I'd love for us to take a walk around the ship, see if we can find any marks, and I can dispel them.
You bet I can. Oh, and I will cast it ritually.
As you cast it ritually and walk around the ship, you will find an arcane mark bearing the mark of Vurim Tal on your ship.
Great. I'm gonna dispel that one, and then also dispel the one on the orb.
Okay. They are dispelled. That's when Tati is going to receive a message.
From Bryn?
No. Type it out for you here.
I like that you used his full name, Bryn.
Yeah, I went back. I went back and reread our conversation. Uh, she knows who he is, but I could spare a couple words. So
There you
Yeah.
go, Tati.
Oh yeah, I guess I'm also gonna refresh the water I have in the bag of holding with all the not clams, whatever they are, the barnacles in them. We should also figure out what we're gonna do with these barnacles, because I just kind of have them in the bag of holding and don't know how long they'll last in there.
Probably start feeding on each other. Who is this message from?
I'll send you the name that I have. Oh, come on.
Is a skeleton a euphemism for a skinny dude, or are we talking undead monstrosity?
You have the information that I have
Oh.
provided.
I mean, I know the language my mom uses.
She is relaying what he told her.
Oh, that's what who knows what Jari said.
Right, exactly. Remember when I said that there were several arcs that were out there still? There's several arcs.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, what? How close are we to home?
You're not?
No, not at all.
Not at all. In fact, if I recall, your home isn't even on the map of Toivoa as it exists now. It's on the new map, which is coming soon.
Oh, good. All right. Sorry, I'm not really.
Would she
Bryn's
respond?
working on a thing, and respond.
You have an opportunity to respond.
Oh, I, let's I'll respond with I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out.
Okay. You're going to get a second message.
Obviously, of course. I wash my feet too.
Good. All right. Not
Yeah.
like I let the whole thing go. I've been paying pieces. Awesome. Cool.
I'm so lost. All I have, someone is bullying my little brother. That's all I got. Like, I don't. Like, and he's a little older than the last time I saw him, so like, he could probably stab a dude by now.
Considering I've seen you give like actual children knives, exactly how young is your brother?
A couple years younger than me.
Oh, you can definitely stab people now.
I mean, you're elf enough to recognize that Tati is literally in her early 20s. Not the equivalent of early 20s, but actual early 20s.
A child.
A child.
I mean, for real. But Coin's younger than me, and he's the one that hired me.
Yeah, but
Pretty true.
he's a
actually.
grown. He's gonna die in like 2 years. Or something.
Relatively speaking, I'm middle aged.
Shadow Kai dies so quickly. I have a sister who's only a couple years older than me, and she's already dead.
Yeah, but we know that has nothing to do with age and just with life decisions.
Not a direct correlation.
That's how life be sometimes. Like,
You hang out with Saphira, you end dead soon.
Hey,
as long as
in
it
my
was a
time with this
wild
group, I
ride
think
on the
only
way.
Saphira has died.
And
Your argument for 20 being old is that's how life be sometimes. No
You-
objection.
like you can't rate yourself on how long you think you might live. You rate yourself like you're as old as you are. That's what's up.
Real shit.
I mean, I have no idea how long I'm gonna live.
Brian, I did
But
respond.
I'm 100% sure though, all of the time that you're alive is going to be epic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
That sounds exhausting.
After
someone's
all,
bullying my little brother.
You're either-
do we need to go teach someone a lesson? 'Cause-
Also, how do you know this?
Oh, my mom messaged me. She said
Oh, just-
Jari's pet was stolen by a skeleton in a robe. We don't know a skeleton in a robe, do we?
In a robe?
In a robe.
Doesn't ring a bell.
No. Maybe an eclectic character we've run into in one of these towns, but on a personal level, can't recall.
Hmm.
I feel like there's lots of skeletons in robes, right? Seems like a pretty
unless
typical
the
thing.
bones be in a row.
I mean, how would I know? They're in a robe.
Well, the-
That I mean, everyone's got a
Also-
skeleton in a robe.
What type of robe? Are we
Wow.
talking like spooky mage robe? Are we talking like beach robe or bathroom robe? Like what are we talking here?
It was a message spell, so it was pretty short. Also,
Hmm.
Jari's not the most poetic. He said his pet was taken by a skeleton in a robe, and the skeleton told him to cry about it, and then say hi to me.
This feels either really important or not important at all, and I can't tell which because I don't know your family.
No, that's how it be. that's how life be. It's either really important or not at all.
Alright, so we rank that like slightly below bomb, but slightly above people making dragons, I guess?
Jari's pets are no, they're fine. I mean, they can usually take care of themselves. I'm
below both
surprised
of
he
those
got
things.
stolen.
So let's go back. So what are the pets exactly?
He's always been a fond of animals, creatures.
Okay, see, that really doesn't narrow it down that much.
No, his interests are broad. He's loves all sorts of creatures. I told you he had a baby giant squid.
Oh yeah.
No, a baby giant kraken, whatever it was. He got a thing in the lake.
Right. Okay. So they stole one of his maybe giant krakens?
Mm. Which is weird, right? Like, what kind? Maybe it was one of the like poisonous parrots or something.
Why would you even make that?
What do you mean, why? Because of the alliteration, obviously.
Yeah, that's also a reason to have wide windows. Uh, I can't. Grottos.
Toivoan Trainwrecks.
Vile villages.
Defeated doors.
Artifacts elevators.
Defeated doors for sure.
Bryn?
I'll figure something out.
Well, let us know if you need help, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm guessing the feeling that that's something. That's we're missing something there. But it's something that matters.
Bryn, eventually she
I was like-
responded with that message.
Indeed. I've let her know, and she's conducting a search. The Red Tooth woman, that is. So, unless we want to do that, participate in the search ourselves. I think the people who need to know.
So off to Mr. Deus.
I propose we do that tomorrow, if the party's up for it.
Think we put the ship somewhere, take a little rest, and then tomorrow.
So, as you guys settle down for the evening, is there anything you want to do before going to bed? Nope. All right, cool. You guys bed down for the night. As you do so, you're able to get a nice long rest amongst the swaying of the ship. It's peaceful and uneventful tonight. Wake up in the morning with a long rest.
Coin, I don't know if diegetically he knows the reset time of the key. So above table, I'll say we have one more day.
Yep.
I believe, for it to reset. Presuming Coin knows that, your character will as well. Which is to say, we have one more day of not doing any dumb shit.
I mean, we can still do dumb shit. It's just gonna have severe consequences.
Do the kind of dumb stuff that we can't roll back.
This is a question do we want to have the reset enabled for our trip to see Deus? I'm kind of wondering if we don't, because I am concerned that whenever we bring one of the keys to Deus is the possible time that somebody's going to strike.
Sure.
And if so, maybe we want to do it before key number 1 recharges.
Or why?
I'm just wondering if somebody wants to get their hands on these keys.
You're saying in a worst case scenario, it doesn't hurt to force them to wait out a period worthy to get their hands on it.
Exactly. If for some reason I don't think we should bring all the keys. I think we should have one of the keys go to the go to the lab, and the other 2 keys stay on the boat. But
For other keys,
I'm
I
wondering-
may agree, but for the reset, that is maybe the most internally useful for preventing them from getting a key in the first place. Because if that's active and we get attacked, we can hit that at any time to pull ourselves out of that situation in a way you can't
That's-
necessarily do with the others.
That's true, but I'm also considering a possibility where they want us to activate one of the keys because that provides some kind of arcane window. This is pure speculation on Bryn's part, but I'm wondering if us activating one of the keys will allow them to get it somehow. I don't know very much about how time magic worked. That was upperclassmen stuff at the academy. The intro to magic classes basically just said don't touch time magic unless you absolutely know what we're doing. And excuse me, I'm worried that if activating a key opens some kind of gateway that pulls us forward or backward through time, that some malefactor could use that opportunity to jump through that window. It's a weird corner case, but given that we don't know the full extent of these keys' power and how to manipulate it, other than basically what it says on the tin,
It is also
I think-
fair. It's fair to assume
Yeah.
because we've hit the key before, and even if it sent other people back and they didn't realize what happened, there's obviously some sort of external, even if it's just a deja vu effect for bystanders. So if we rolled back time against someone who is tried to figure out what this is, maybe they even know that it's rolling back time, they could potentially capitalize off of that by rolling back with the knowledge time was rolled back.
Yeah, exactly. And there's basically like there's some schools of magic where you can turn people's magic against themselves. There was I think it was one of the teens of Toivoa had a signature spell that they could. It was like a counter spell, except instead of countering the spell, you change the target of the intended spell, and so. I'm basically worried that if there's a proper chronomancer who knows something about these keys, it's possible that their plan involves waiting for us to activate one of the keys. This is extremely it's exactly like
Okay,
that
so a
magic
scenario
card
where
that
they effectively reap the benefits by like retargeting it to themselves.
Sort of. This is out of character. But did anybody listen to the podcast? Not Another D&D Podcast or NADPod?
I have before.
At the end
I
of-
don't know.
At the end of the first campaign, the primary villain. I don't even remember her name. It was so long ago that I listened to it. But she basically wants to kill Pelor, and one of the main characters is a paladin of Pelor. And what she does is basically she goes into Pelor's realm, murders the paladin's boyfriend, and then when he uses Revivify, when Beverly uses Revivify to bring him back, that weakens Pelor enough for her to kill him. And then she basically becomes the god of light. And I'm basically worried about something similar to that going on here, where
Okay.
this shadow version of Deus Strom, he wants us to activate one of the keys, and when we hit the button on key number 1 that sends us back in time, he instead grabs the keys and goes back in time instead and leaves us here. It's like I'm imagining like the worst case scenario.
I feel like that's very possible, but also at the point where all that's happening, A, we just want to try not to use the keys in the first place.
Yeah.
And B, if we're there and we reach the point where we need to hit the key, then we're in such bad trouble anyway that even if something else bad happens, it's like, what else were we going to do? It's kind of our last ditch effort. I
It's
think we might be worrying about the worst case scenario anyway.
You're not wrong. This is all speculation on my part, but given how little we know about their nature, and I think that having one of the keys uncharged while we potentially expose another key to danger is a good idea, because it closes off worlds where having possession of all of the keys and they're fully charged. The second key is fully charged because we've never used it. The third key charges every day. The only key that's sort of down right now is number 1. And if there's a world where having possession of all 3 of the keys charged up is the goal of some malefactor, we can possibly close off those worlds by bringing key number 2 to Deus Strom before key number 1 charges up again.
In this case, can we just waste one of the keys charges if we're that concerned?
I mean, I could just burn the time stop on key number 3, but I think in terms of, I think a slight, a temporal dilation that lasts for on average 10 seconds is, yeah, you know what, if you want to, I've made my case. Coin, you're the keeper of the first key, and if you want to wait till it charges up before we go to Deus Strom, we can absolutely do that. It's possible I'm worrying over nothing, but it's we haven't even decided who's going to go and what key it is. And
I want to go because I just want to see what happens.
I'd like to go just because if bad things happen, I think I'm a good person to have on the ground.
Yeah, it's I think we leave. I think I think we send Jason and Oshin and Ruzid with one of the keys. I'm happy to give up. I'm happy to give up mine, or we can take Tati's or Coins, whatever you guys prefer. And I'll stay here with the other keys, and we'll be in constant contact with the telepathic bond. And if something goes wrong, one of the mages can teleport the group in or out, and we can, or part of the group, and we can leave one of the keys behind so they're not all in danger.
Yeah, I feel like I'd be most tempted to. I worry about giving either key that also changes location, because if they just attune to it and activate it, go back to wherever they were, that could really mess with things. I think I'd be most interested in giving them the time stop key, and maybe we should use the charge right now in that case. It would make sense to give them the depowered version.
Okay. But then again, they also might. I will organize. I'm out of high level spell slots again anyway. So I will. I will contact Deus.
It's a new day, so.
Oh, it's a new day. Okay. Yeah. In that case, yeah, I'll roll my d20s. For the walking stick, I will. Yeah, I'll send a sending spell to Deus Strom.
Okay.
And we'll ask his opinion.
And just do that verbally, if I don't. That's fun.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Send your message to Deus Strom. What did you say?
Something along the lines of, Bryn here, have a quiet moment, ready to bring in one of the keys. Time stop key already used up, acceptable, question mark. End of message.
And you'll get a response. What's that response?
During what you can. I will have an associate meet you, or whoever arrives at the library. Try to form a group. It will be easier to spot. And that'll be the message.
All right, delightful. With that, I think Bryn is going to take out Chrononacrum key number 3 and is going to Bryn is going to cast Time Stop using the third Chrononacrum key. He's allowed to bring in other people with him. He's not going to do that. He's just going to use the magic to infuse himself with a time stop and then wait a couple seconds until it's over. And then he's going to hand over the spent Chrononacrum key number 3 to Sason. And then he's going to cast Telepathic Bond on the party. And we're going to tack a sorcery point on that to extend the duration to 2 hours. And then, I think the plan is for Ruzid, Oshin, and Sason to bring... I think Bryn also has a teleportation associated item from the Academy. It's a keychain that they bought at the gift shop last time they were there. And so Bryn is going to give the Academy keychain to Oshin so that Oshin can teleport himself. Actually, I think it might be more interesting if Bryn goes just because Oshin's not here.
I agree.
And
We also
so-
want people that can talk about the keys in detail. So
Yeah.
I do think having you come would be a good
Okay.
idea.
Because Oshin can also teleport. So
Also, this
Okay.
way we can easily talk about what we want to do if he wants to like hold on to the key or things like that.
yeah, cool. Bryn will then cast teleport, bringing himself, Sason, and Ruzid. I think are the 3 that are coming along. And then the gang that we're leaving behind is Oshin, because Oshin can teleport, Tati and Coin as the keepers of the other keys. Saphira, do you want to come along or do you want to stay on the ship?
I could go with you, stretch me legs a little bit.
All right, sounds good. So then, with that, Bryn will try and teleport the party to the Academy.
As you're about to do so, the last thing you see is a flap of the sail as the Contrarian has new art on its sail.
Yes.
Amazing. Amazing.
As you look up and see Toad Coin currently painting the sails.
Long voyage. Gotta find something to do, even
Right?
if it slows the ship down. Just walking all over the sail.
Yep. All right. Well, you teleport yourselves over to Shatter Shaddai and arrive here at the teleportation hub. Walking past, you see Neve Dorcadis. She hasn't
Every
spotted you
damn
yet.
time. Bryn turns around and faces away from her and
Okay.
tucks
Bryn,
his
it's your
head.
friend over there.
Can I get a persuasion check from Sason and a stealth check from Bryn? Whoever's higher gets to win this encounter.
Okay, is it going to be the plus 19.5 or the plus 6? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Bryn,
only plus 11.
darling, I'm too busy to deal with you today. Have fun. And she's gonna walk away.
That went about as well as it could have gone.
I really wasn't. I don't know why you made such a big deal about that.
I owe you one for that, Sason. When you least expect it.
Wait. I always expect it, so remember that.
Yeah. Okay. I will. I absolutely will.
Bryn, just let me know how I can help.
Vera, no.
There's an easy way for you to get me to not help.
Is
I
it turning
would
into a
never lie like
polycule?
that.
Is that the vibe I'm getting?
What do you think's happening here, Ruzid?
I don't know. That's what I thought that like Saphira would be interested in her.
I mean, that's probably true.
No, she ain't quite me type.
I see.
All right. So you guys head off into the town.
Yeah. wherever we're supposed to meet Deus Strom.
Okay.
We'll head right there.
He said form a group, so I mean we stand out enough. It should be
Well, the
fine.
group's already
Yeah.
formed, so
We've got four different colors of hair, and we're kind
I
of all
don't have
shapes and
hair.
sizes between us. I was thinking, okay, 3 different colors of hair and then absence of hair. So yeah, we're pretty distinct, but
Cool.
yeah.
Well, walking up to you confidently, you see a gray and silver-haired young lady. She's probably 17 years old, dressed in a flowing white cloak and a massive sword. She approaches you guys like your old friends.
Howdy. You must be the group. You're here for Mr. Deus, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this Breezy?
That is my name. Yes, Brizanthria, but most folks call me Breezy. Boy, yeah, that description to Mayor Shastina gave her pretty accurate. I knew I was looking for a drow, and she will point towards Bryn, but then she's gonna look towards Sason. You must be Sason. Mayor Shastina
Yeah.
described a really boring-looking paladin. I mean, I don't mean to offend you, but I think he's kind of spot on.
You know, harsh but fair. I'm only a little bit regretting keeping you safe when we raided the dragon a long time ago.
I don't mean to offend. I'm just passing on the message of another political individual. But I would love to introduce myself fully to y'all, but we should move. You all have means to get into the Grand Library, yes?
Yes. We have.
yeah,
we,
we-
my
we got,
my
like-
student ID is sufficient.
Yeah.
And if it weren't, well,
All right.
we can get places where we're not supposed to get.
All right. Well, truth be told, I shouldn't be seen walking in with you guys. I'm gonna go in first, get past the front door, and then once inside, I'll see you and I'll wave you guys down. But hopefully you guys can come up with a story. But we're gonna head in and then I'll escort you to where Deus is, where he's at, and you'll be able to discuss whatever timey-wimey nonsense he's gotten into.
Delightful. Lead the way.
And, Breezy will lead them towards the Grand Library to the
Okay.
front doors, and then kind of take space ahead and kind of walk past the front guard, just kind of waving,
Sure.
morning, and just kind of walk in.
All right. And you guys follow?
and she'll walk in and kind of veer off to the left out of sight, and then kind of wait for them to flow in.
Yeah. We were asked to not be seen going in together, so we'll wait a minute or two until she's out of sight, and then Bryn will badge in the group to get into the library,
Understood.
and then wait for Breezy to reconnect.
And
Don't know why Breezy doesn't want to be seen with us, but hey, it's their party, so if that's what they want.
Once
They got it.
once Breezy sees them all coming in, she'll wave them over. Come on, over here. And she's gonna snake them through bookshelves and aisles. And as they're snaking, you'll see a weasel pop up onto the shoulder of Breezy. And this ferret is, sorry, not ferret, weasel looks kind of normal from the front, but then along the back there is this like scaled demonic-looking plate armor that is somehow attached itself to this weasel. And it's just kind of sitting there on Breezy's shoulder. Breezy is just kind of muttering something, and between their hands, you see a spell start to form, and then it is immediately condensed down into a small moat. Breezy then passes that moat over to the weasel on their shoulder and keeps walking. Right, well, we should be getting close. Truth be told, the where we're going isn't exactly in the most accessible spaces. We gotta do a little bit of sneaking. You are
All
stealthy,
right.
yes? or can be.
Possibly. Is this
That's
not?
not-
I
is
have
this
means.
not-
I have means to assist, but
all right.
you can hold your own a little bit. Yes.
Is this not sanctioned by the institution? Does he just not have one of the laboratories
Bryn,
here?
Bryn, don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to, Bryn.
It's not exactly
All right.
public record yet. And Breezy will lead them to as they get close to the back corner towards the lab areas.
Oh no. Okay.
Breezy will swipe.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Breezy will swipe.
It's not even your
Yes,
campaign. Are
but
you
still
sure you want to
saying-
do this?
Yes.
Okay.
Breezy will swipe their eyes across and casting trucing on themselves. They will find the pass wall, the hidden pass wall. Right. Well, it's right here, and you'll see that Breezy's kind of pointing at a solid wall that does not look like it's accessible at all. It's right through here. I know it probably does not look like much to y'all, but trust me on this. We're gonna get on through. And Breezy will cast Dispel Magic, so that way they can get through the ward that's preventing the entrance like last time. And as he does, as they do, Breezy will nod towards the weasel. The weasel will take the moat and crush it, and the spell Pass Without a Trace will be cast through the weasel.
Okay.
So the weasel is concentrating on Pass Without a Trace and is emanating around us, and Breezy will lead and sneak them through
Can I
the
get
pass wall
everyone's
and through
stealth
the laboratories
checks, please?
All right. I'll-
with a plus 10
I'll
from
check
Pass
with
Without
a
a Trace.
with a plus 10.
16.
Yeah, sure. I'll just roll stealth, and then we'll add a 10 to it. 20. Oh wow, I rolled well. 25 becomes 35.
I'll go to 20. The urge to use my save nat 1 skill check on Breezy would be so funny.
That would be hilarious. And then we're going to lose to Strum on Sundays, and he's going to have to come up with a new character.
Dave's rolled an 8, but with the Pass Without a Trace, it was a plus 12, so it's a 20.
Understood. Is it a 20? It's a plus 10, right?
I have a plus 2 naturally, and then the plus 10 from Pass Without a
Gotcha.
Trace.
All good. Cool. So, you guys can sneak through this pass wall. It opens up
And
into
Breezy
a different
will-
chamber with lots of books all over everywhere.
To be clear,
It's-
what are we sneaking from in the pass wall? Can I see anything, or is it just?
Can I get you to roll a perception check?
All right.
Because no one asked. With a 23, just as you're about to enter the pass wall, you look off to your right, and you see a collection of 3 guards that are about to turn around and head in this direction as they are on patrol.
Okay.
But Dave will lead them into this laboratory,
Mhm.
or Breezy will lead them into the laboratory. And once we get to the laboratory, there are doors behind us that can be closed. Yes.
Yes?
All right. Breezy will turn around and close the door. And is there like a bolt on the door?
Yep.
Okay. Well, they'll close the bolt because I don't have arcane lock. Bolt the door closed. Breezy will turn around. All right. All right. Couple questions, real quick. Were you followed?
I don't know. I wasn't looking.
Yeah, but you asking us
All right.
that. I have no idea.
Yeah. I mean, we
Sure.
teleported here and then walked in, so unless someone
Okay.
saw us immediately teleport, we're probably okay.
All right.
Unless
Did
someone's
you
trying
tell
to-
anyone that you were coming here?
We
Oh.
did not, besides our companions on the ship, which is our home base.
All right. All right. That's good. That's good. And Breezy will take a breath. Well, suppose we're in the clear. And the image of Breezy will drop as an Ultra Self spell is dropped. and you'll see the form of Deustrom, but roughly 6'1" man, messy blonde hair, glasses, large white or once white lab coat, now stained kind of permanently from travel. Tie, vest, very professional looking, as if he was kind of just plucked out of a lecture. I apologize for deceiving you all, but my presence here is not exactly welcome. So I had to come up with the means of accessing things on my own. My name is Professor.
Also, I've been there before.
Of course. My name is Professor Deustrom. It is a pleasure to meet you all. I have heard tales of your accomplishments, and I appreciate you meeting with me.
Likewise, a privilege to make your acquaintance.
I trust you have the keys, or perhaps at least one, as we discussed.
Yes, I've brought one of them. What is your plan? Exactly.
Sehr gut. And I suppose I do owe you that explanation. Deus will kind of start walking towards the back of this hall, towards the desk in the back. And from his jacket, he's going to reach in and pull out a medium-sized metallic sphere, a little smaller than a volleyball, or about the size of one of those foam dodgeballs from gym class. He will pull it out and he will hold it. This is the device that I briefly mentioned to you in our previous conversations. I believe it is calibrated properly, and it is currently synchronized with the temporal harmonic frequencies of this reality. It is reading the temporal energies of this reality and harmonizing the flow of energy and magic within this device alongside that flow of temporal energy. When I created it, it was a bit of a rigorous process. It involved stabilizing the device and, in turn, stabilizing this reality. With that, I was able to ensure that any unwanted visitors from an unwanted reality are no longer here for the time being. I stabilized this reality and its individuals, its native individuals. What I believe this device is capable of on a grander scale is localizing all of time, taking the energy of multiple realities, multiple timelines, and localizing them within one vessel in order to keep it contained and protected. It would serve as a host or a vessel in which the chronomantic energies of all realities are stored and securely harnessed. It would prevent the overuse of one specific key or the manipulation of a timeline to a disastrous extent, because this device would have each reality stabilized. Now, that is all a bit complex, yeah. I recognize.
No, I'm following. I'm following. That seems like a worthy goal, and well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Bryn will produce the third chrononacrum key, and we'll hold it out for Deus to take if he wants it.
Deus will reach out, and there's this look of hunger and insatiable hunger in his eyes as he's reaching for it, and then he hesitates before he takes it, and then goes and finally collects it from Bryn, and he sets the metallic sphere and the key both down on the table. To be honest, I mentioned another individual in our previous conversation. A man by the name of Mort Uset. Now, I did not reveal too much about who this individual is, and he'll look back towards the group. But I would be a fool to assume you are not clever. I'm sure you were able to do a little bit of deducing and a little bit of rearranging. You would find that the letters between my name and theirs are one and the same.
We did.
This is
we
not
did notice.
coincidence.
Yeah.
This is not coincidence. Is there The events of this reality were set in motion both long ago and far from now. Events that will have taken place have already influenced the outcomes and determinations of our histories. It was long ago, in actually this very lab. I created a temporal rupture in the fabric of this reality through my own experimentation and attempts to reach out and communicate with other realities in order to form a more cohesive, peaceful, and, I suppose, honest reality. But it was not a success. The experiment failed and caused catastrophic damage. He will, just signal around and wave his hands in the air. You cannot see it now. They have done much work to rebuild this place. But where we stand lies the bodies of those who were lost in that experiment. They are not remembered by any but myself, as they were erased from existence, all realities. The failure of the experiment, in turn, caused a temporal fracture, and what I believe to be a nexus gateway, in which other realities were in fact able to breach and reach into our reality to place influence, or perhaps even observe. Mortsuset is one of those individuals who is another variation of myself. We share the same upbringing, we share the same similar stories, but our realities were different. And in his, he became cruel, vengeful, full of hatred. He now is intent on taking this reality and forming it into his own image, as if he has lost his own reality and would like to see it once again. Unfortunately, we cannot allow that to happen. That would end in catastrophic damage for all of us, all individuals in this reality. It would be the end of our existence, the end of our histories, or perhaps even worse, the modification of our destinies, transforming us into what we have the potential to become, into mere slaves of subservience and control. I seek to correct these wrongs, and by channeling the power of the Chrononecrum keys, I believe it would be possible. That is what I truly intend to do here. And he will take the metallic sphere, and with it he will push. He will squeeze onto it, and you'll hear a click from the device, and it will start to spin and glow and start to levitate above the desk. And there are some circular slots along the faces of each sphere, so to speak, and they will slide open, and energy starts to seep out from those openings, and it crawls towards the key of the Chrononacrum. And there are pulses coming out of the device, the Chronosphere. And the key of the Chrononacrum, as the magic goes down to reach it, it begins to glow, and it also begins to start to pulse, but not entirely in sync with the pulses of the Chronosphere. And as as the pulses start to line up, that magical energy pouring from the sphere starts to wrap itself around the key, and the key then also begins to levitate and
Are you guys
rotate
gonna do
itself
anything to
into
this? Is there anything
a
you guys
vertical
wanna,
formation.
is there anything you want to do, because this key is starting to get activated and interacted with by the sphere he's got?
Well, Bryn knows better than to try and interrupt it.
Yeah, I'm
Any-
following Bryn's lead, but this guy's got some real crazy manic
Not
energy
touching
out
that.
here.
I don't want to turn it to history.
Zafira is thinking, what's the worst that could happen if I touch it, and what's the worst that could happen if I don't touch it? And considering, is the worst that could happen if she touches it is probably worse.
Understood. Go ahead and continue.
Probably.
No one's stopping you.
As
No one is stopping you.
as the key rotates and starts to lift into place, it will take its position kind of like at the 6 o'clock position below the sphere, and then rotate clockwise to the 12 o'clock position to the top opening. And at this point, Deus's attention has been focused to the sphere now and what is going on, and his hands are now around the sides of the sphere. And as the key is moving and aligning itself with the sphere, he is muttering to himself, "It has begun. One vessel, 3 keys, 1 host, 3 alternates. It's the first key. Sets it all in motion." And the key will start to spin and descend towards the opening of the chronosphere, and it will descend into the center of the chronosphere, and the magical energy that has wrapped itself around the key is now almost like almost as if it's flames engulfing the sphere. They're just now pulsating around the entire sphere, and as the key locks into place, there is a massive burst of temporal force that kind of pushes Deus back. It doesn't knock him back any distance, but it kind of pushes his chest back, and he catches himself with the foot back. And the key inside of it, the magical energy slowly subsides within it, and the slots along the sides of the sphere click and rotate mechanically back into place, covering it. And atop where the slot of the key was inserted, there's now a symbol that is etching itself into the metal and forming a symbol for the key of the Chrononacrum. The sphere itself will then rotate itself so that way the symbol is facing Deus, and Deus will reach out with one hand underneath it, and it will levitate in his hand. He will take the key, turn to the group. "This is just the beginning of a very long journey.
Is this
That is
what
yet
you
to
expected
begin."
would happen?
I believe so. With this, it has now been able to expand its harmonization frequencies. It has enabled it to access greater power, partially from the keys of Chrononacrum, to have a greater influence on the flow of time itself. Now comes the difficult question. The device will only be fully utilizable and capable to its maximum extent if all 3 keys are inserted. Now, you have stated your hesitation in handing over all of the keys, and I understand. But you have been, whether you like it or not, players at this table for quite some time. And by handing over the keys sooner rather than later, I am giving you the opportunity to cash out without any significant losses. Because I cannot guarantee what hands are yet to be dealt in this game. I am not asking for you to hand over everything now, but recognize. The sooner I can get those keys, the sooner all of reality is safe, and the sooner you no longer have perpetual targets on your back. At this point, as he's saying this, the chronosphere has moved from his hand and is now spinning around Davis's form.
I'm gonna say in the telepathic bond, guys, I think this guy is batshit insane.
I thought that we were
where
certain
be- where
once
be-
that thing started
where be-
spinning, but apparently not.
Where be the line between madness and genius anyway?
Yeah, wherever it is, he blew past it like some time ago. It's well past that line.
Yeah, I'm a little afraid to give him more keys. I kind of thought we were all about to get erased from existence right there, but I guess nothing bad happened, so maybe that's a point in his favor.
I also don't think we're about to get that key back. I was under the impression he was gonna research it a little bit. It seems like he has locked it in his weird mystic ball over there, and we're not touching it again.
Yeah, well, actually, I'm kind of happy we got rid of that key, so I'm fine with that one. The other ones, though, probably don't want to give to him.
No, that was one of the good keys.
Wait, that was a... Why did we... Or is it just face palms?
I have a question for Eric.
Yes.
Is Bryn still attuned to the Chrononacrum key?
For the moment, it takes an hour to unattune. So the question becomes, and this is going to be a fun thing. Remember, we were talking in the Trainwreck chat just today about the fact that you guys have some campaign arcs that have been outstanding. This is the opportunity to either engage or disengage with one of those campaign arcs. Do you guys want to hand off the Chrononacrum key to Deuce Strom?
The only thing I want to give this guy is a good therapist.
Well, I think both the player and I would agree that he probably needs one really badly. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, do you have a BetterHelp subscription that I could maybe borrow?
For the record, I also want to be clear, you're playing him so well.
For the record, if BetterHelp was to sponsor the channel, we'll gladly take their sponsorship, just for the record. But as far as this goes, this is 100% a re-hook into the fact that the Chrononacrum keys are an outstanding plot thread that will be resolved at some point. We can start the resolution now, or you guys can take the keys back and we can resolve it later. Whichever you guys wish to do.
So, Bryn's opinion on what just happened is that Bryn trusted, based on Professor Strom's motivations and his reputation, both what the party has heard about his exploits and his competence, and also his genius. Bryn trusted that the device was going to do what Professor Strom said it would do. But Bryn did not like the way that Strom was looking at that key.
Valid.
And
Yeah.
I think even the player would
So-
say that's valid. Would you agree with that?
that's pretty valid.
I fully believe that he thinks that he's doing the right thing and he believes he has this all in control. Now, from Sazen's perspective, he was saying a lot of words that make no sense to him, and then was doing a bunch of magic stuff that seemed to do a whole lot and a whole little, and was looking really creepy while doing it. I want to extract our key from him and send him on a wild goose chase and pretend that we'll call him later.
And you guys are free to do that because all of this is in the mental link, and he is not aware of this. And I will tell you that the player is very good about meta knowledge. So good there.
Bryn acknowledges that currently the keys are sort of toys for the party, because the party understands how to use them at base level, but not how to do much more than that. And while the keys are probably safer in the hands of the party than just about anyone else in Toivoa. They would be safer entirely if they were just no longer on the table. And the offer from Professor Strom to sort of cash out is a very, very good one. Because whether Strom is fueled by guilt or scientific madness or some combination of both, Bryn does believe that Strom is capable of achieving what he claims he can achieve. The question is, what happens to the keys? Because the keys are incredibly powerful. And honestly, there's a bit of egoism on Bryn's part, because Bryn has acquired an incredibly powerful magic item that allows him to stop time, which is something that he otherwise would not be able to do. And he doesn't want to just give that up yet. So what Bryn thinks and is feeling right now, and what he wants to share he's going to share with the rest of the party through the telepathic bond is, I do think that we should give all of the keys to this guy eventually. But I think that in the very short term, I don't think we should give them up before we deal with Pitney Bones. Because I think that they're too powerful and too useful while we still have this particular mission to take her out. And so I propose that we ask for the key back, and we'll consult with the rest of the party, and I acknowledge that while we have the keys in our possession, we have a target on our backs. But I think having that target for a little while longer, while we stop Pitney Bones from growing her little army of dragons, is... I've said enough. What do you guys think? And this is everybody in the party, not just the people in the room. Because
telepathic link does reach across, so
yeah.
Ryan and Tati, you guys can respond as well. Everybody's able to interact.
Yeah, I mean, you might be right that his goal maybe is ultimately good, even if he's insane. But it's also like, if we keep the keys, and the keys are the difference between us defeating Pitney Bones or not, this kind of like feels sort of more important.
You know?
Yeah, I don't totally trust this guy. Although I believe he can do a lot of things, I don't know if he will always. And I think, quite frankly, we're still one of the safest places for the keys. I know we have a target on our back, but let's face it, there's plenty of people who are coming after us. It's not like this is a new thing. Yeah. And until we see what this guy is capable of, I'm not too scared of another person coming after us, or not more scared, let's say.
I agree. My concern is there's multiple people who want the keys, and all it takes is for us to slip up once for somebody with nefarious intentions to get a hold of them. And I think eventually, we're not gonna live forever. The keys, we're gonna have to, even if we keep them for the remainder of our natural lives, we're gonna have to pass them down to somebody. And I think that the keys might end up with somebody with bad intentions, or they could end up with Professor Strom, who may be a madman, but I do think he has good intentions. And Bryn is more inclined to give the keys to somebody with good intentions sooner rather than later, rather than risk them falling into the hands of someone with bad intentions.
Yeah, I do think there's also an argument for even splitting up the keys. Like, we are holding all three. You're right that if one thing goes wrong,
Yeah.
all three do fall into someone's hands. There's a chance we should consider leaving one with him if we believe he's capable of keeping it safe.
At this point, Bryn will start speaking out loud and say to Professor Strum, I have given you my key, which is something that is powerful, but might be better off contained in the near future and certainly in the long term. If I am not sure that I will be able to convince my companions to hand over the other keys in the near future. If you cannot have all the keys right now, would you how safe do you think this key is with you here? Would you rather hold on to it? And is it properly contained? Would it be easy for somebody to remove it? Or would you rather I take it back while my companions and I discuss what to do with the keys?
I understand your hesitation. Your accomplishments are not lost on me. And as much as I take pride in mine own work, the craftsmanship of this device is something I am extremely proud of. I
You should
cannot.
be. It's an achievement. I'm incredibly impressed by what you've managed to accomplish, and I don't want to downplay that.
Danke. But in all honesty, and as he's talking, the orb will start to slow down around him and kind of hover in front of him. I cannot say with certainty that it is indeed fully secure or fully safe until I have everything. I recognize the potential and the great power of the Chrononecrum keys, and I am aware that you do as well. I mean, you have an innate understanding of them to an extent. I have perhaps a bit more knowledge, but there are still even gaps in what I know. This test here was a very clear and promising indicator that should I have all three, it will be a successful outcome. And the front plate of that now has the sigil on it will turn towards the group, and it will start to slide open a bit, and those same tendrils of magical energy will start to almost unscrew the key from the sphere and float it down and have it hovering between Deus and the group. Like I said, it is the security of it is not 100% guaranteeable until I have all three keys. But this has given me a great window of understanding and foresight into how things will play down the line. The security and guarantee of safety on your end, the targets on your back, to be more specific, they are weakened and they are slightly faded for the time being. Like I said, when I created this device, I was able to shunt out the unwanted visitors that tried to step in and impede my work. From what I was able to do, they should not be able to access this reality for a bit of time. I cannot say the exact window, but they They are not home for the time being, if you understand.
Good.
So your targets are faded, but they are still there. If you would like to take the key back and keep them within your safety, I understand. Once you are ready to hand over all of the keys at once, I too shall be ready. We shall see our reality stabilize and prevent its collapse. You have played a part in its existence, and you will play a part on preventing its end without our interference. And the key will float back towards the group.
As it does
This has
so,
been-
there's some chronomatic energy that seeps out of the chronosphere and onto the floor, where it crawls following the key. As it does so, it begins to form a feminine figure right next to Mr. Strom.
Oh, that seems bad. I'm gonna pull my sword.
You pull your sword. It forms a woman, blonde, dressed in white, with very similar facial features to Mr. Strom. She turns. I know how to stabilize the timelines. Give me the key.
Are
Brandon
they
will
next
clock-
to? Are they next
Sorry,
to
go
Deus, like
They're next to Dave
Like-
Strom, yes?
shoulder to shoulder?
Shoulder to shoulder.
Bryn, take the key now.
Yeah, Britta's gonna reach out and just have the key, so he's holding it in his hand.
She's going
If
to
he's close
attempt
enough
do
to
so
do
at
it.
the same time. Can I get sleight of hand check?
I'm gonna use my reaction to give her a nat 1.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Is that
yeah,
a skill
um,
check or is it a saving throw?
That is a skill check that I saved. That was from the
Understood.
rolls from the Amulet earlier today.
Okay,
Yep.
so I need to go
All
ahead
right.
and check here. Here we go. We're going to check her sheet because we're going to see what she got with her nat 1. With her nat
Hang on,
1,
before you reveal it, I have to decide whether to do something similar for myself before I see your roll. The thing is, Bryn's portent dice come from the walking stick of Zarud,
yes,
which is itself a form of time magic, and using time magic against this kind of time magic created entity seems extremely stupid for the reasons that Bryn pontificated on earlier in the session. So I think Bryn is just going to send it, and we'll rely on inspiration to reroll if we need to beat her.
Okay.
Because I still have a +6 because I'm a level 20 bard. So I hit a 17.
Are you going to accept that?
Yeah. The odds that she has greater than +16 to sleight of hand are extremely low. So yeah, I'll take the 11.
Her
And,
fingers almost brushed the edge of the key, but because she got a 13, she fails to touch
Damn.
the key and instead is pulled back inside the chronosphere.
Professor Strom, I'm guessing this is one of your 3. I'm guessing that was one of your 3 alternate reality versions of you.
Deus will give a bit of a hesitation, and yes, it is one of the figures. They are an interesting one. They do not have plans to interfere with our realities. From what I've been able to understand, as he's saying this, as the figure dissipates, the cover of the sphere snaps shut. And that sigil is gone, but it's no longer glowing, but it's still etched into the metal. They are merely an observer for the time being. They are still a player at the table, but they are not making themselves known.
Well, they just tried to make at least a small play for the key there. I wouldn't say they're not a player at all.
The hunger for the keys is not a condition that afflicts mortals who set alone. Deep down, we all have an infatuation for him. We are all chronomancers, after all. There is an inept draw that they bring to us. They all have their own games and intentions, and they have been playing more, how do you say, dirty as of late. They've seen my progress and they are trying to interfere more and more. Getting desperate that I'm getting far closer to success than they ever were. They have no
Tell
intention
us
of harming.
more. Can you tell us more about them? Just so we know what to expect.
Jawohl, of course. The individual that I have mentioned in the past, Mort said, is the pivotal individual in this situation. They are the one that is seeming to want to take our reality and reshape it into their own image. They are hell-bent on gathering the keys of the Chrononecron in order to execute this plan. However, they are going about it by the means of... are you familiar with the concept of a quicksort? Essentially, quick sorting through the history of time. Instantaneous moments sporadically trying to see if the one he has randomly landed himself into has the Chrononecron available to him in it.
Okay.
There was the event of the fall of the Sky Islands was his doing. In part of his search, he was able to travel back to the ancient Sky Cities and corrupt it to the point of its falling, along with the assaults of third parties. He took full advantage of their attack and was able to pull strings, coerce and manipulate individuals from their own existence in order to gain information on the keys. He is the most dangerous. He is so far to be the most dangerous and the only one truly interested in altering and manipulating reality to a grandiose scale. But there is another. A younger version. A version from a reality in its past. They are comfortable, it seems, with letting their mistakes and their reality be changed. I do not fully understand him, but he is not a threat. Your main antagonist in this game is the individual Motu said. He is very powerful, very dangerous. I have had run-ins with him before, and he has not hesitated to use extremely high-level magic to try and remove me from the equations. They have not been successful, obviously, as I stand here before you, but he will be the one who will, if anyone, chase you down.
Understood. Thank you for the intel.
Of course. There are an infinite number of us, but these are the main players. We are the only ones who seem to have gotten this far.
And if it comes down to it, not saying this is our go-to move, if we kill one of them, does that actually get rid of them, or can we assume they're coming back through weird time magic?
I suppose that would depend on... It's theoretically... It is the case that there are infinite use. Yes, infinite realities have infinite timelines. In regards to killing one of them, preventing their existence, it is unclear. I am not sure. Depending on how powerful they are, they may have the means. to prevent it from happening, but
Do you seek to
I do
kill
not know for
yourself
sure.
in the other timeline, like the evil guy?
I do not wish to kill him if I do not have to. I do not fully know the ramifications of what would happen if he were to be erased or destroyed in a timeline that is not potentially his own. The paradoxical ramifications could be severe. If you were to encounter one of these individuals, specifically Morts, I ask that you do not kill him. Do whatever you can to survive, to lose him, but do not kill him.
So he's
Understood.
been known to go in timelines he doesn't belong.
Jawohl, he has had his fingers in a number of instances from what I can understand. But I am unsure just how far his influence spreads. Like I said, he is the only one you should concern yourselves with. And I trust as you keep the key secure and you are responsible in their use, truly responsible, you should be okay for the time being.
Flashback to coin, rewinding time, 1 gold.
Yeah. Dave
I didn't
doesn't
want
know
to
about that, but the player
I didn't
does.
compromise the timeline, okay?
He compromised
We're
the
all still
timeline.
here.
He's compromised.
We'll
It's over.
we'll have a chat with our companions about proper use of chronomancy, just in case.
I reject the framing entirely, but continue.
Of course. But I want to thank you again for assisting me in this. But I should be leaving. We should be departing, I should say. There are always prying eyes, and like I said, my presence is not welcome here entirely.
You're going to
I will
hear
assume.
the door beginning to unlock at the far end of the hall.
At that sound, Dave will cast Alter Self on himself and hide the Chronosphere.
Okay.
Bryn will put the Chrononacrum key back in his coat.
Bryn, you taking us out of here?
Yeah, are we good to cast teleport from inside the library? Any reason that Bryn knows of why that would not work?
Run a history check, please.
History coming right up. History,
Followed by a
history.
perception
H comes
check.
history followed by perception.
Yep. Awesome. Cool. So, with a history check, the Grand Library of Shadow Shaddai is worded against teleportation into or out of anywhere inside the Grand Library.
I figured.
However, as you look around the
However.
room, these aren't scholastic books. Everything in this entire hall is erotica.
Of course it is.
This is Bryn's old study hall.
Oh,
Hey,
He
shut
doesn't have
up.
any facelifts.
Yeah.
Wait, is there a sequel to that Tales book? I want to grab it before we go.
They're
Bryn cast
coming in now.
Bryn cast teleport. He can cast teleport immediately before the rest of the group can start
Understood.
looking for.
Where are you teleporting?
Back to the ship.
Who?
Oh, we're leaving Professor Strom here.
Very well.
But yeah, just the 4 party members.
Cool. Professor Strom is going to have to deal with this person who comes in carrying a brand new manuscript. And we'll just gloss over that.
Aw, heck.
Awesome. So, you guys return to the vessel. Thank you, Mr. Strom, for coming and hanging out. We got a ton of lore out of this,
of course.
Oh, yeah.
and we will determine what happens with all that here shortly.
Well, I know keeping the keys is a bad idea, but I just selfishly want to keep it because it's fun to
I
be
know.
able to
Yeah.
cast time stuff.
You're good.
Give us a victory lap with these things. Come on.
We've
It's
had
another
we've had like
storyline. Let's do it.
10 levels worth of victory laps.
Yep.
It's the
That's
right thing to
fair.
do is absolutely to lock them up in a place where no one can ever get them. But
So, thank you, Mr. Strom, for coming in. Hope you.
Of course, thank you for having me.
We will see you on Sunday. Have fun, guys.
Yes, of course. Take it easy.
Fortunately, this happened before the events of Sunday, where Dustrom is currently engaged in a fight for his life.
Yeah, I'm getting the shit kicked out of me right now.
So it's really
Oh,
good
good
that
luck
you
with
guys
that.
did not give him the key, because there's a chance it gets lost beneath Cheddar Shadai.
Yeah. All right.
We're exposing political corruption. What can you do? All right, y'all enjoy your session.
Take care. Be safe.
Have a good
thank
one.
you.
Thanks.
Ren, what the fuck?
Sorry, come again.
I wanted the book. Or well, I didn't even know the book
that,
was
you
there.
can go. You can go back and get it. You know where it is now.
Oh, go fuck
Sorry, what?
yourself.
Why was there a secret library of material like that was guarded? Did you guys see the 3 guards guarding the place? Like what was that?
That must have been the good stuff.
Dude, the tails would have been so pretty.
I
It
believe it or
probably
not.
had-
Sorry, go ahead, Saphir.
It probably had descriptions, positions that aren't physically possible without like 10 years of arcane study.
Or a lot of ropes.
Believe it or not, I actually didn't know that room existed, and I'd never been inside it.
No one believes that.
Yeah, I know, but it's important I get it on the record.
Denial is the sincerest form of admission.
You guys return, having resolved your contact with Mr. Strom and his need to test the chronosphere with the keys. You've got leads on Natchleaf's intentions. You've got ideas as to where the explosives went. You know where the trees, where the wood and fungus went. You have concepts of where Pitney Bones is. You got tons of things out there.
Oh yeah, this was a very productive session.
As well as a couple of leads that I don't think you guys have touched on in a very long time. So, as you guys are back aboard the ship, what's the plan? As it's only 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, I'm down to 7th level spell slots and a 5th level spell slot, but if we wanted to go treat ourselves to a little afternoon raid on Pitney Bones' barges, this feels like as good a time as any. I think sooner rather than later. We also could try and keep tabs on the other bombs. We could try and intercept the faster sailing ship that may or may not contain. Actually, I think if we're going to try and trace the other bombs, if they're not here in Mirzarin, I think the best way to do that would be to go directly for the purple sailed ship and see if the barrels full of explosive are still on it. I think that, and then because if we spend all our time going to these cities and it turns out the barrels are still on the ship, yeah, I think we go after the ship first.
I think
But-
it's likely
yeah.
the bombs have already been dropped somewhere. I think
Probably.
it makes the most sense to go after the barges first because we're
Okay.
like almost assuredly they're still trying to deliver the stuff directly to Pitney Bones. So I think if
Yeah.
we go there, we can wipe that out. Then after that, depending on how that goes, we can go check out the ship, probably fight the ship, take some people hostage, try and figure out where they dropped off the explosives if they know, and then backtrack from there.
That all sounds very reasonable to me.
So, with the plan to go and search for the barges, that's where we're going to end for tonight. As we've gotten some contact with Tati's family, Coin's got some business transactions potential with Vurim Tal,
The
and
lineup.
you guys have the barges as a target. So that's where we're going for tonight. As always, guys, thank you so much for choosing me to be your GM. There's a ton of amazing ones out there, and I'm always thankful you choose me to be yours. You know, someone who wants to play my game, send them my way. I'd love to talk to them. We do have that charity stream next Thursday. Come join us. We're raising money for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. That's going to be starting at
Nice.
2 p.m. Central Time, and we're going to go for 4 hours, and that's part of a mega stream that goes from Thursday afternoon all the way to Sunday evening. So come join us. It's going to be a ton of fun. Otherwise, guys, have a wonderful night. Please stay safe. We'll be back on Friday morning with the Toivoan Sea Dogs, as they're trying to get a ship or access to one. Take care, guys, and have a wonderful night. For those on Twitch, thanks for hanging out. We are raiding someone, so stick around for a few moments so that we can raid with as many people as possible. Good night, everybody.